The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the individual guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast. All content provided on this podcast is for informational, educational, and most importantly, entertainment purposes only.
I will be a rock star. I will be a monster.
Where it happened at? Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest. Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest. Where it happened at? Brownsville. 718. Sin City, nah. Drill City. It's a dynasty. Thanks to Sean Carter.
In audio.
Welcome to Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest one.
Representing BK to the fullest.
To the fullest, man. I got a exceptional person right now, man. Brooklyn's well known for families, man. You know, the Manos, the Floyds, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Worlds. And we have the Rocks in the building today. I mean, so another family that you well know. So tell people who you are, man.
Kenny Rock, legendary rock family dynasty.
See how you representing. So we doing it live from Bedford-Stuyvesant way, man. So my podcast, you know, all due respect to the world, man, is basically dealing with people that come from Brooklyn and look at the name. But we do diversify it, you know, so it's all love. But my arms are open, you know, I'm embracing people from Brooklyn, man, so we can tell our stories. So, man, yeah, so I'm happy you're here, man. I appreciate you. He just popped out of nowhere. Oh, he just jumped up. He rode the train. I ain't gonna lie. He jumped on the train, took the L. He knew where the L was at. He said, where, New Locks? Oh, I know Broadway Junction. I was like, word. He know his stuff, man.
I get around, man.
Yeah,
I get around
man.
all around Brooklyn. All
Word,
around
man. He's like,
everywhere.
I was shocked. He's like, and then he walked down the block in the rain and all that, yo. So let me tell you something about dudes from Brooklyn people don't really understand is that we always stay true to ourselves, man. So no matter what we do, where we at in the world, man. And I feel the same way. I'm always going to be me. That's never going to change. So I vibe with it, man.
We carry Brooklyn everywhere we go.
That's for sure.
Everywhere we go, we carry Brooklyn with pride. It doesn't matter what part we from.
That's what I'm talking about. Big B's all day, man. So two things that I'm vibing with right now. First, you got the Brooklyn hat on.
always got a crispy one on.
Yeah, Big BK, man. And you got the Try Me on, man. Malcolm X joint, man.
Yeah,
Tell me a little bit about that shirt. It's kind of hard.
Try me. Try me.
Yeah.
I'll bring the noise. Him saying try me was like basically bring the noise. He's gonna represent who he is again, regardless of where the hell he's from.
Yeah.
And that was his attitude.
Yeah.
And you know, he's not here in the physical, but he's here in spiritual, man.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X is not here physically, but he's here spiritually.
He is here physically.
And that's important for us to acknowledge and embrace that, man, because he's in all of us.
Yeah, I was about to say that because
he's in all of us.
You say he's not here physically, but I'm like, my name is actually Malik.
Right?
Malik El Shabazz. That's on my birth certificate.
Wow, okay.
You know what I mean? So I didn't even peep with you just now, but yeah, so Malcolm X is, you know, a lot of the brothers that's from the streets, a lot of us, we lean to him because he was always reckless. Like he was always, you know, back in the days, you see that by any means necessary. He had that blammer by the window. You like, he ready to serve justice. And a lot of us, you know, kids from the streets, we always looked at him like he's the rebel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was a rebel. He definitely wasn't ignorant about it or arrogant about it. It was about protecting himself as well as his family. And I think reading the autobiography of him, and even watching the movie, certain parts, he operated in like a family structure type of mindset. His whole mindset was we're all family.
That's right.
That's what he lived by.
Yeah, I gotta give kudos to Denzel for he killed that part, man.
You thought that Denzel was him?
Yeah.
At some point,
yeah.
as good as he plays that role.
Remarkable.
Outstanding.
It's probably me real with you because I seen the movie, and all due respect to Denzel and Training Day and stuff like that, and all the movies he played with. But that's like, I mean, Glory is one of my better movies though. That's when I first seen Denzel. We took them lashes like a G. Yeah. Glory's like, I seen that back in the early 90s, man. Glory's like my favorite movie, but I would say Malcolm X tops that.
Yeah. Malcolm X was personal. Malcolm X was a little more personal and emotional. Even though Glory was, like I said, you watching Malcolm X and you thinking he's really Malcolm X. He doesn't look too much different.
He didn't. He damn sure didn't, bro.
The actual Malcolm X. So all kind of.
It's like, Malik came down and just took over his body, man. Yeah. Because he just did a magnificent job, man. But anyway, Try Me, that's tough, man. And it's definitely Malcolm X, man. Shout out to Malcolm X, man. I know you up in paradise, man, ruling everything. But so I know.
Looking over us.
Yeah, he's looking over. But again, his legacy lives on, man, through me, through you, through this new generation. Because anything we do, Malcolm X particularly gave us the bravado to be powerful and black. I mean, not be afraid. Because before he came along, you had the civil rights era. You had people's like a little passive, all the respect,
down, walking with their head down.
Yeah, he was like, yo, none of that, man. We could bear arms. Let's get that. I mean, so he really taught us how to really defend ourselves. Period. Just taught us to defend ourselves. So thank you for coming to Block from Bedford-Stuyvesant, man. It's an honor again. And I have a few new segments. This was pretty much fun. I like them. So I have a new segment called Dear Mama. And, of course, that who that's from, right? Pac. I mean, so,
from New York.
Of course. I mean, we had a debate the other day.
People from uptown.
But somebody said he was from Brooklyn. Because if you Google him, it says he's from the Bronx and Brooklyn.
I got to talk to some of the family members.
I'm confused, man. I Googled it. Google be playing mind games. So anyway, man, so Dear Mama, this segment is particularly about, I'm all about, not on a lower level. Me not even say that. It's not about being on a lower level. It's just like recognizing people that should be recognized, that we don't recognize enough. That's my goal. And who else but to be recognized but our mothers?
Absolutely.
I mean, who
we started with them.
Yeah, first. Who put the batteries in our back, who encouraged us, who always told us that we could do anything, who inspired us. I mean, and she's always been there to tuck us in, pick us up from school, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So tell me a little bit about Mama, man.
She's inspirational. She was inspirational. She raised 8 kids, and she also had throughout my life from like living with her, she also raised I want to say somewhere around over 30 foster kids.
Wow.
Growing up. Yeah, but I mean, like I'm number 6 out of 8, and I have older siblings. So she started getting foster children that I've never met, and I'm probably never ever going to meet. But she started, you know what I mean? 3 1 year, 2 1 year, some for 3 months, some for 6 months, so on and so forth.
So what does she do, like as parenting wise, like with the foster kids that she brings to her home? When she has them for 3 months, what does she particularly do? Like would she teach him? She teach him something, or how's that?
Like I said, I was kind of young when she was doing it, but it was like everything that we were involved in, they were included and they were involved in it. You understand?
Gotcha.
So they were included and they were involved in it. When I was a baby, when I was coming up, she was teaching Head Start at my school.
Okay.
She was teaching Head Start at my school.
And what's that program?
And she was teaching Head Start at my school at PS40. I went to school right across the street from Brevoort, where Fab is from.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So when I was doing Head Start,
So, Paul, what is Head Start? Because I didn't.
Head Start is giving you a head start. It's like right before you prep to go to kindergarten and first grade.
Makes sense.
So you go like somewhere around the ages of 3 and 4. Yeah, it's about like 3 and 4. She was working at my school. Right. When I became of age, kindergarten, first, second grade, she started teaching mentally challenged.
Gotcha.
Started teaching.
So your mother's a teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she started with mentally challenged. From mentally challenged, she got into what I want to say, like advanced mentally challenged. Then the children with the helmets,
Okay.
the adults with the helmets,
Got you.
then bipolar, schizophrenia.
You have to have a lot of patience for
yeah,
that, man.
a lot of patience, a lot of tolerance.
Yeah.
The bipolar, the schizophrenic, and then the people in the that walk the wall, or the people in the straitjacket. She's done it. Man.
That's like, mothers with kids with autism.
Yeah.
And I had a situation, actually I don't want to talk about it. I had a situation, it's kind of weird, so I don't even talk about it. But anyway, so it's like mothers with kids with autism, man, that's like a very difficult thing to handle, man. So so she's teaching people, these kids, and she pioneered the Head Start program or something that she founded?
No, she was just working there. She was working there with a collage of other teachers from the Bed-Stuy area, from Chauncey, Decatur, Hancock, Halsey, because I grew up right on Decatur, Decatur Street, right in the Stuy.
Nice. So, your mother, that sounds like a lot of, she's being pulled in a lot of different directions. So how is parenting for you guys?
She's being pulled in a lot of different directions, but she loves kids. She wanted that. Like, one of my brothers, he tells a joke. He said, all my friends from the block, he said, well, shit, I thought these all were my siblings growing up, because back when they were growing up, like, we have a big age gap.
Right.
Back when they were growing up, a lot of the kids on the block, she taught them at the house before she started working in the school.
Right.
So it might have been 30, 40 kids from my block. So she was almost like Big Mama, even though she's short and petite.
That's like my man, I saw about the man Passion, my man Moon Mother.
Okay.
Like, she's like, feed everybody.
Yeah.
What I would say about that is that, my grandmother raised 4 boys and 1 girl, right? None of my uncles been in trouble with the law, ever.
Nice.
I mean, so is that the same story for you guys?
I had my oldest brother. He dealt with being incarcerated on and off for several years.
Okay, a little something. Right.
He dealt with that.
Gotcha.
He dealt with that. He was in the street. He was trying to do what he had to do to survive.
Gotcha.
He's my dad's oldest son from a previous marriage.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's my dad's oldest son from a previous marriage. So when my parents got themselves established, he came to live with them. So my mother raised a stepson who's a couple of years younger than her. Yeah, so he was incarcerated on and off many different times.
Yeah, I had said that because I never really heard about you guys being in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
And, him particularly, but I know you never really hear anything about the Rocks. Yeah. And I think it takes a lot of, to be successful and focused. It takes a mother to keep you that way.
I'm not gonna give all the credit to the mom. I'm gonna give a credit to structure.
Gotcha.
Having a mom, having a caring mom, a loving dad at home, that meant a lot. I mean, the most we did a lot of street fights. Especially the older ones, a lot of street fights, tussles here and there, little bit of, couple of them, a little bit of hustling here and there, nothing crazy, just to make ends meet, just to get by, just to get certain things in place, but nothing. Nobody was trying to be Nino Brown or Scarface. So it was just all about, trying to
just doing what needed to be done if it needed to be done.
Get certain things that needed to be done,
right?
To get toward bigger things.
To get where you at now.
To get where we at now, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So so my question is this. I'm gonna get off track a little bit because I like to ask this question. What's your mother's favorite dish that you did? What's your favorite dish your mother makes?
Spaghetti and garlic bread.
Yo, you the guy.
Spaghetti and garlic bread.
I saw somebody said his mother makes a good. He said spaghetti salad.
Okay.
Yeah, so she makes it with it's like a potato salad, but she's spaghetti.
Okay.
And he said it was different. I mean, so he was telling me about stuff like that. So you saying spaghetti meatballs?
Spaghetti. Ground turkey spaghetti.
Oh, ground turkey
spaghetti, seasoned nice. It's some garlic bread.
Nice.
When I was when I was growing up and we were living out of state, I mean, that was my thing. I behave. I'm not fighting in school or cutting up. Make me some spaghetti like one day out the week.
Right.
Make me spaghetti one day out the week or take me to get all my music. Take me to Radio Shack. Get what you want.
Spaghetti meal is wholesome. Oh, so you said Radio Shack. I got a
Radio Shack.
So you was
that's
doing the
what we
radio
had in South Carolina.
You was doing the radio around here back then? How was you?
Nah, man. I was always listening to music with my siblings, you know, all over in the house. I was listening to everything. She never deprived us from listening to explicit lyrics or anything, because her whole thing was, I'd rather you hear it at home than hear it outside. So
nice.
I'm younger. I'm listening to everything. G-Rap, NWA, Ice-T.
What's the most explicit G-Rap song he ever made?
The most explicit was Talk Like Sex,
yeah,
right? Yeah, I was listening to that as a kid.
Yeah, nobody had that like that, man. That was like, wow, man.
We were bumping that. We was actually, me and my siblings, we were actually bumping that in the room. And I was a little kid. I was 10, 11 years old, but she never stopped us from, you know, she was never controlling over what we listened to or a lot of what we watched on TV, because her whole attitude was, I'd rather you see it at home than go out in the streets and try to, you know,
so
imitate it.
Was it just the boys? You probably have a sister named Annie. Is that true?
Andrea, Mary Andrea.
So was she allowed to listen to what y'all guys was listening to or no?
Yeah, because she was pampered because she was younger, but but she had no reason to really listen to that stuff. It was more a boys thing.
Gotcha.
But she was slightly sheltered because she's the only girl.
Gotcha.
But yeah. But
so was your guy super protective of your sister? How I used to be super protective of my sister, but I used to be dangerous. I used to be
bit.
Yeah, I used to be like soft with my sister, bro.
We didn't really have to be because she had 7 brothers. So it's like, yo, you be a fool. You understand? It's like you be a fool we were, you know, as she was becoming an age, like, hey, you know, my siblings, we lived in South Carolina and lived in New York. Oh, I don't want her dating nobody at 30. I don't want her dating nobody at 16. I don't want her dating nobody at 18. But it's like when she became grown, it's like, what you gonna do? And then they weren't there to hold her hand. I was there to give her you know, pep talks and guidance. But it's like, yo, you be a fool. She got 7 brothers.
7 brothers is a lot.
7 brothers.
I was dangerous.
And everybody grew up in the same house.
That's crazy. I mean,
everybody didn't grow up.
I wouldn't want to come there. I was dating one girl one time, man. Her name is Shantae. She had 3 brothers. They all was notorious. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't say I was scared to come get her. But I'm like, yo, she had 3 brothers, man. If it ever get crazy, I'm gonna have to wrap up with these dudes. But it was all notorious. I used to have to go to Gates. I used to get her. She used to live on Gates and Marcus Garvey.
Oh, okay, right by the apartments.
Yeah, right there, right. That and Gates was like wow back then. I mean, to walk up there, you had to be. So anyways, to go get up, like, damn, Lawrence. It was Lawrence, Frederick. But I mean, I think in my mind, like, if it's gonna have to pop, I used to always come get it. They never mess with me though. You know what I mean?
Because they respected you, and you show respect.
She was tough though. I mean, Shantae was tough, man. What up, Shantae?
But why you ain't just bring them over some spaghetti and meatballs, man?
Nah, I ain't carrying no bills for nobody. I'm a man. I like a punk.
Yo, hey, my family just cooked. I just cooked something. Here you go.
Nah. They be like, Square's bringing over some meat. He scared? Like, why he cooking for all that? Don't bring food over. Nah, I'm not doing all that. That had to be tough. Another thing too, they had 2 dogs. Like you go to the door, they be barking loud. I'm like, damn, it's the back up from the
dog.
door.
Not even hungry. The dog just barking.
Wailing. This is the projects too. So, so they had the brothers and the dogs. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, you know, going to pick up a girl with 7 brothers must have been different, man. So you have to be kind of brave to do that. You know?
How'd you meet her?
We went to junior high school together, me and Shantae, actually.
Okay.
We met, just crazy, Shantae. We met rap battling.
Oh, wow.
We had a rap battle.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So we was in the staircase, and she's supposed to be like the best short chick in the school with freestyles.
Okay.
And I was rapping. I mean, so I was like, it's like, yo, go battle her, man. And we just battled. I go first. She won, yeah. And she reminded me of MC Light, man. That was like a dope situation because you ain't get a lot of females that was like rapping back then. So that's how we met, man. But so with just 7 brothers and stuff like that, I had a lot of situations when I was living in Harlem. I said this the other day about these dudes, like it was 5 brothers. I used to always fight them all the time. It was Jermaine, Michael, Eric. I think I'm messing the names up, but I know it was Jermaine.
They sound like the Jackson brothers.
Nah, I don't know. All the respect to I heard the Jacksons is tough though. I heard they gangsters. Though, but the brothers, they used to always jump me in the middle of the street. I used to always, if I fight one, hit them all. I'm the only boy.
How many sisters?
I got 1 sister.
Just y'all 2.
So I had to get crazy, man. But anyway, enough about me, man. I wanted to just throw that out there. But So yeah. So was Popeye Rolling Stone?
Nah.
Okay, all right.
Nah, he was just a hustler. He worked 2 full-time jobs.
Okay.
He worked 2 full-time jobs. He was a pool shark, and he did loan sharking and stuff like that on the side.
I
You
mean,
know, he was about his bread, man.
that's like a Rolling Stone.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, you out there handling business. You manipulating the game. You're taking advantage of situations, and you got seven boys you're raising.
Yeah.
You're a Rolling Stone for sure.
Well,
back in those days.
Yeah, to some degree you're a Rolling Stone, but he worked hard so we could have. You know what I mean?
So in other words, you don't like to be depicted like that.
Yeah, he worked hard so we can have.
Right.
He basically, I mean, thank God my parents weren't alcoholics. They weren't on drugs or anything like that. But he would always put us in the car and take us around Howard and take us around Saratoga and take us through Gates and take us all.
I just want to make sure the camera running. Okay. Just want to make sure the camera running. That's all. Take you to Gates.
He would take us all through the sty and show us,
right?
Especially the older brothers, like, yo, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you could end up. You see how these girls are out here on the track on drugs,
right?
Or just freestyling, or got a pimp, or this person got everything they own in the shopping cart. You know what I mean? Or they sitting there going through trash, trying to find something to eat. He always would show us, like, yo, hey, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you could. Nobody's exempt from this possibly being their outcome.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? So he just kind of,
I respect. I tremendously respect that, because I told somebody recently, I was like, when I was in the streets and brothers used to come up to me, some Muslims used to come up to me that were from the Nation of Islam and stuff like that, or some Christians that maybe Jehovah's Witness, something like that. They'd be like, "Oh, you need to get off the corner," but they never showed me a better way. They
tried to tell you, but you got to show.
Yeah, you got to show, and that that's a big thing.
You got to show.
And I feel like when I ain't where I need to be yet, but I'm going to get there. That's the kind of things we need to do with more brothers. We need to show them instead of tell them.
When you tell somebody something, that's great. That's commendable. When you show somebody it hits different. I'm a stubborn person. I'm a stubborn kid. I'm the type that I might have to touch the eye on top of the stove to see that it's hot, even though you told me it's hot. People take,
especially boys. Yeah,
people take in information differently.
Yeah,
and this is a different time now, so I don't know what the hell is going on out here these days with these kids.
I mean, because that's another thing I want to ask you real quick too. What's your favorite verse on self-destruction?
My favorite, who all was on there? It was Mo D. It was Light. It was Chuck.
Yep.
It was KRS, and who else was it?
Just Ice.
Just Ice.
KRS-One.
Yes, sir, KRS.
Daddy O.
Daddy O.
That made Talking All That Jazz. And you said Heavy D already, right?
We said Heavy D.
Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh did a lot of beatboxing through the majority of the verse.
Yeah, he did. He smashed it. But I was wondering, like, because we talking about, the streets and stuff like that, because nowadays, and they were just talking recently on Drink Champs, they were talking about recently and stuff like that, them making like a West Coast version of self-destruction. Okay. Because we don't got nothing like, when we was growing up, like, we had We Are the World, we had like monumental music that made you want to reevaluate yourself as a person. We don't have that now, but we have self-destruction. I mean, I've thought about that. So, but but I want to know what's like your favorite verse on there.
I think my favorite verse was Chuck's verse, because I think Chuck's verse, Chuck and Flavor Flav, right?
The Flavor, they was at the end.
Okay. They both were rapping on it, right?
How Flav was like the hype man back then. He didn't really get, but Chuck was rapping. Yeah.
I think I like Chuck verse the best because Chuck brought that momentum to it. Chuck came, they switched the beat up a little bit more aggressive, and Chuck is kind of rapping us out of the song. Like Chuck, when like you watching the video, you like, okay, self-destruct. When you see Chuck, it's like, yo, okay, you ready to get up in front of the TV because Chuck is saying this, that, and the third, and he got you all hyped up. And then the music change and the beat change, and the song is getting ready to end. So it's like he's placing a stamp before the end of the song. So I think I like, and that's a good question. I think I like Chuck's verse the best.
He's certified it. I mean, at first I used to like if she light joint, because I was always about the females being tough. I mean, look at the female I had met. I mean, she was spitting them bars. But I think Heavy D was always my favorite verse, man, because they even gave him the whole way, like they even threw his little skit in there. He started getting crazy with it. And but I'm not gonna lie, my favorite bar is like I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man.
Because that's
Yo, Kumo D.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yo, Kumo D was tough. He was in a straight face, but he was like, he just sat there. I think that was the hardest verse right there. And it was like mad short.
And we forgot to add D Nice.
Yeah, D Nice, he got his, but for me, I think it was definitely Heavy D because he's flipped it. He wordplayed it. And I go front. Dougie got it into a little bit because he do that beatbox. But yeah, monumental song, Self-Destruction, man. That's always been like my all-time favorite, man. And I really do hope we come out with something that's a little bit more transforming nowadays, because this music nowadays, we got no substance, man.
No, it's just music for the sake of being music. But it's like, yo, what is this about? And where is this going? What does it mean?
Just mad random.
It's just mad random.
You know what I'm saying? But all respect to all the artists, stuff like that, because somebody said something recently that was like, that really, actually, Cool J, he said that, and I agree with him. Rap music changed mad lives. When Man Master Flash came out and stuff like that, and you had, Curtis Blow and stuff like that. When they came out back in the days, it was so much nonsense going on in the streets. They showed us that we could be better than the images you were seeing of us was always criminal. Then it shows you us. We got a chance to show us that we could be talented and do things on a positive level. So hip hop transformed a lot of lives, built a lot of careers. So definitely. But anyway, so yeah, Papa seemed like he was pretty much invested in his sons, but I do have to commend him for being present in your life, man.
Yeah,
especially with 7 boys, because a lot of black men be hitting the road, Jack.
But see, and that's the thing about it. Like a lot of friends, like my siblings older, my older siblings, like friends say, oh, Dad was working so much he had all them kids. I'm like, yeah, he did, but guess what? He planned that. They sat at a round table and planned 10 kids, and they had 8. He didn't just have kids they wanted a big family, so they didn't just have kids. You know what I mean? For the sake of just having a whole bunch of kids, they sat and planned it out. You know what I mean? 2 years, every 2 years.
Oh, so they had like
they
every 2 years gonna have a child.
Yeah, they planned it out that way, and everybody's like, I think it's 222, 4, 6, 6, 6, like that. They planned all of that.
And what's up with the woman? What was up with the black woman back then? Because black women back then had tribes, yo.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. And see, I think it probably was maybe easier because everybody was involved.
Right.
Community. The community was involved in raising the kid. I mean, I remember I did stuff. The neighbor could check me.
True.
The neighbor could check me. Nowadays, you can't say nothing to nobody, kid.
Yeah.
The neighbor would check me, and I remember this too, because like I want to say probably how old are you now?
I'm 47.
Okay, like probably your time, the neighbor probably would drag you by the ear and take you home to your mom or dad or whatever.
I can get regulated by anybody. My mother was
right.
You out there doing nonsense? All right.
With me,
you gonna get it here too, apparently.
With me, it wasn't that per se. It would be like they'll check me and not say anything, but then I know I owe them a favor. It was more like that because I grew up in the 80s. It was more like, okay, like now I gotta do store runs for them or take their trash out or whatever. Or you know what I mean? My parents might see me sweeping so and so yard. Okay, he did something he was supposed to be doing, and they, you know what I mean? They caught him out there, so I kind of owed them one. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, I see they was playing on you, man.
Yeah,
they making them chores.
Right, they was right, but these days you can't say nothing to nobody kid or look at anybody's kid the wrong way. It's crazy out here, man.
I mean, I think people, I get what people talking about. I'm the only person supposed to put my hands on my kid. I kind of agree. You know what I'm saying? But then again, when you're not around, and your kid doing nonsense, because that could get you and your kid hurt. if your kid do something to somebody, and then now it's a real situation because I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like he can just do whatever he want to do, and I can't check him.
But
and if I tell you basing at me.
But again, everybody was a little bit more like even the kids who might not have had their mom and dad at home. They had an aunt or grandmother. They had somebody there of parental guidance to give some type of structure. Back then you could attest to this, but now it's like a drag race with no brakes.
But I do have to be honest. I don't have no kids, but I dated women with kids, and a lot of these kids, women that I've dated, their kids are they well behaved.
The young ladies I've dated, and I have no kids, their kids have been well behaved, and I'm very appreciative of that because it didn't have to be that way.
Yeah,
like I'm nobody special. I'm just a regular, ordinary guy. So to be able to date women over the last couple of years that I've had kids, I've always kind of created a bond with those kids, and it could not have been that way. And a lot of time they might be telling me about the dad. And see, my mindset is I always try to practice what I preach. He could be. Can I curse on here?
I try to have the edit out. Yeah.
He could be an asshole, or he could not be. There's still three sides to the story. If you don't like him, that's one thing.
Right.
But there's still your side, his side, and the truth.
Right.
So, like a lot of time, I'm dating somebody, and they, the dad might be in, out.
Let's keep it 100, man. Some of these dudes need to be slapped. Some of these fathers need to be slapped.
Some of these mothers do too.
I ain't gonna. You wild. I just leave them.
Some of these mothers need to be checked too.
My discipline for women, I'll never put my hands on them. My discipline for women is I ignore you. That's my discipline. That's the strongest thing because my mother was wild. She used to push those buttons.
Right.
So I learned from her that a woman get wild or crazy with her mouth, and if you get up here, that's control for her. But if you just what and just leave, she'll not handle that.
Because that means you got discipline.
Yeah. So did she calling you? It's been days. Where you at? You all right now? You not to behave? Because I'm gonna leave. I'm out the door if you don't. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I had some situations with females, not too bad, but I had situations with some baby fathers before. I had some situations with baby fathers where they got violent. That's when I was younger. But I never been like that with a female. But nowadays, when I do date women and the fathers get involved, they be jerks, yo. You know what I'm saying? And I be having to, I don't want to have to hurt them. They're like, yo, don't. That's a one female. I'm a body of baby father. I told her. He said, and she's like, yo. She's like, you say you're gonna kill my baby father? I'm like, I was joking, man. I kind of wasn't, but
you can't because the way you interpret it, somebody else might interpret it differently. But it was a young lady I was dating for a couple of years, and the father was in and out, and I was telling the daughter yo, sometime take the initiative to hit him up. Don't always wait for him to
definitely.
when you reach a certain age,
definitely
take the initiative to give him a call, and then on top of that, she's the only child by her mom,
definitely,
and I know how these only children can be sometimes socially awkward, weird, or whatever. I'm like, you got 3-4 other siblings. Start building a bond with them because those are your siblings.
Yeah, definitely.
Regardless.
I respect that.
Grow up in the same house with them. Those are still your siblings. If they pretty decent kids, try to have that rapport with them, as opposed to just Christmas time or a birthday party where everybody's sitting there looking at each other in awkwardness. Because they don't know each other. So
I respect it. I'm putting it on blast, man. I don't really care. I ain't mention no names, but I agree with that because I see that you let the father be a parent.
The father's supposed to be a parent because I'm not.
That's right.
The father's supposed to be a parent.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
The father.
I had a situation where the father, he was scared to come to the birthday party. I'm not scared, but I guess he was like, we were together. I'm like, yo, where he at? How you not gonna come here? And I lost tremendous respect for him. I'm saying stuff like that. But when I seen him, and I tried to shake his hand one day because, I want you to be, doesn't matter, you the father, I want you to be the father.
And that has nothing to do with the relationship with him and his son or daughter has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I tried to extend my hand like you did. Yo, listen, you still could be a father. I'm not trying to interject in all that. You know what I'm saying? But I tried to shake his hand and he went around me and grabbed his daughter and walked away. And I thought that was mad disrespectful by letting him ride.
Very,
You know what I'm saying? Let him ride because his daughter was there. But still, I like the fact that you still let the father be a parent. Like you encourage that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But like I saw him in passing. I saw him a couple of times in passing. I didn't, talk to him directly, but I was telling the little girl that because the little girl only hearing what her mother's saying.
Right.
The little girl only hearing what her mother's saying. Again, how many sides to a story?
Right. Yeah.
Three
I
sides.
mean, it's three sides of his three parties. Yeah.
Yeah, it's three sides to a story. Her side, his side, and the truth.
And then it can be grandma too. You know what I mean?
Grandma
So
too.
grandma
Can be four sides.
Grandma get a mix.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but this is a random question. I like to do random questions out there because I didn't really get to really look into this more. My last interview, I was talking about thermal radiation, but I'm not gonna get into that. That's an interview I talked about somebody, but they say there's an asteroid that's floating around that can make everybody on the Earth rich.
where's he at so we can go get him? Where's this at? I mean, listen, listen. The Caucasian community doesn't need it. The black melanated community needs it. So where do we go recruit this thing?
You know what's crazy that you say it like that? Because the original people are the richest people on the planet. We've always been the richest people on the planet.
Richest people in spirit,
yeah,
not
I'm talking about as
finances.
far as we had Mesopotamia. We had the cradle of civilization. We had that. I mean, so anything and all the riches. I was talking to my brother the other day, he's talking about the chairs. He feel like royalty. I'm like, we kings, man. This is where we come from.
That's where we come from.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't come from.
Nobody know about diamonds and
They didn't come
emeralds
from what
and rubies.
we didn't come from what they advertise on TV. We
Yeah,
came from,
so that's what I mean. So we already rich, and we rich in melanin. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they said they do a conjecture, and I mean, like, it can make everybody on the planet rich. So what do you, is that even plausible for everybody on the planet to be rich? Is that even possible? No. You think? I don't think so.
I have to get back to that one. Is it possible? I don't know.
It says the asteroid that can make everybody on the planet rich. Everybody. That's millions of people.
Okay, so that means there's no more debt. But everybody being rich, like you said, we can make everybody rich. What's the sense of everybody being rich if you got people on life support and their health bad?
Mm-hmm.
That money's not going to help them get their health back to, you know what I mean? 100% or 90% or whatever.
I mean,
So
if everybody's
it's not going to even be worth being rich.
if everybody's rich, what's the reason to work? First of all, we all rich.
All these companies that have to close. Everything have to close.
So I mean, like that was like, I mean, it was stupid. When I thought about it, like that would never be. Everybody rich. The best bet is to say that everybody survives. Everybody take care of
Everybody's
themselves.
stable.
Stable.
Everybody's stable.
Everybody take care of themselves.
Right.
I'm saying like that would be more feasible. Like you can go eat where you want, like how it used to be before we had a, what do you call it, industrialized, platform. Before we even came up with a civilization.
Right.
It's just everything was equal. Like you want hunt, you hungry? Go get it. Go hunt. I'm saying, but anyway, that was just something I was thinking about. I thought it was preposterous. Like, no, everybody on the planet is not going to be rich.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another one. Get bitter or better?
Get better, because bitter is only going to have you frustrated and angry.
Right.
It's going to only have you frustrated and angry and worried, over worrying, overthinking.
Right.
So you got to try to get better with your hang-ups and your hiccups.
Right. So as black people, you think we're too bitter, not too focused on getting better?
Yeah, we're way too bitter, because we'll sit there and start harboring on what happened and won't even take the initiative when the opportunity come to make the situation better. Yeah, we're a very bitter community of people.
So what do you think is the advice for us to stop being bitter and us to start striving on being better?
Absolutely.
I said, what do you think the advice would be for us? What's your advice to be? To stop the bitterness and focus on the betterness.
Stop the bitterness and focus on the betterness. You got to look at the pros in your life, then the cons, and be grateful for that, because it doesn't. I mean, the pros don't have to be the pros. The pros can be cons in your life, and get around other inspirational, uplifting people
Mm-hmm.
that have something good going on for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and try to latch and attach yourself to that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you try to bring good energy to that,
Mm-hmm.
so they can bring the chain of good energy up,
Mm-hmm.
and then it can, it can just keep going up.
Mm-hmm.
It can, you understand what I'm saying? Like you're attaching yourself to good energy, and then their energy is going to be good, so they can attach.
It becomes contagious.
It becomes contagious to everybody, so on and so forth.
And that's a good contagion.
It's a good contagion. Yeah,
Mhm.
it should be like that, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
So how do you live in reference to, because you said, I like how you put it, how do you live in reference to being bitter or better? How do you live?
How do I live in reference to being better than better? Try to know that to accept it for what it is and know I can't change it.
Mm-hmm.
To accept what happened for what it is, knowing that I can't change it,
Mhm.
but try to make my setback a major comeback,
Mm-hmm.
a major comeback 10 times over.
Mm. That's right. Talk that power,
So-
God.
That little blemish
Mm.
is almost like when you driving and you looking through the rear view,
It's behind
and
you.
you just right, it's behind you,
Yeah.
behind you. You're just going further, further, and further. You climbing and climbing and climbing.
Mm-hmm. Look ahead.
You looking ahead.
I like that. I like that. Don't sweat the small stuff, I always say, man.
Yeah.
Always.
It's kind of hard not
Mm-hmm.
to sometimes.
I mean, for me, I've been living like that for a while, man. Like, small stuff is what destroy people, man.
Small stuff is sort of what?
Small stuff is what destroy people.
Small stuff is what destroy people.
Because if you sweat the small stuff, when it's major, you're going to shoot yourself in the head.
yeah.
If you can just, all right, that's nothing. And then when something major come, you'll be able to handle it better. Because you're
Yeah.
not always,
Because you better prep for
yeah,
it.
you're not always on alert. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, cool.
Yeah. You better prepare for it.
So
But everybody handles adversity and hiccups and
Mm.
setbacks. Everybody handles it differently.
Mhm.
Everybody's made differently. None of us are all the same.
I mean,
So
as black people, I have to commend us, man. And I would even commend the Jews, for how they bounce back, because word, the Holocaust. I'm saying, but
they got all the resources
I mean, still bounce
given
back.
to them, and they was able to bounce back.
Yeah, but
we didn't get 40 acres of the mule. We didn't get reparations. We still waiting on that.
Mhm.
Damn near 500 years later.
I mean,
they got
Mm.
compensation, so
Yeah.
they had leverage
Mhm.
in a lane to do
Mhm.
what they're doing now, which is buying every damn thing.
Yeah, but my thing is this that I keep saying about that is that they still was exterminated.
They were.
Can't take nothing from that. I'm saying as black people, we were enslaved and we came over those boats. We was taken from our motherland and what we went through was terrible, but I feel we can't lessen anybody else's tribulations. Any kind of,
But ours was the worst and ours was the longest.
okay.
Right. You're absolutely
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
I'm not going to downplay what the Jews went through or what the Japanese Indian them went through.
Exactly.
But we been through it the longest and we had it the worst.
I agree with that. My thing is, again, my aim is that the capability to bounce back. And as black people in America, we definitely have triumphed and have come a long way from being in chains.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've even been the president, so something I never thought I would see in my lifetime.
Right.
And we've created and invented so many things that
Everything, but other people taking credit for it.
I'm saying. So we've done tremendous things,
Absolutely.
even the movie Numbers.
Right.
I mean, so we have rich history. And then again, if we never take anything from slavery, if we still go back to Egypt or Mesopotamia or Phoenician, the greatest civilization, everything comes from there. Any kind of science
Right.
comes from there.
Right.
I mean, but anyway, my point is that we better tremendously. And I just like you just said, we want to focus on being better. what I'm saying? But we can't
That's all we got is trying to be better, man. That's all we have.
Always.
There's no need to go backwards.
Mhm.
That should be the main focus.
Mhm.
And that's what all the attention should be every day.
Mhm.
Is
It's
going
moving that
forward
needle
and being
forward,
better.
bro. That's for sure.
But together, not just one damn person.
And that's one thing. I'm not gonna get into the discussion about that, but that's definitely one thing we need to work on more as far as the unity. And I'm talking about unity and resources. Because unity and resources with a lot of different cultures are used a whole lot different than unity and resources in the Black America.
We hoarder it for one another. We hoarder it and hide it from each other.
Yeah.
This episode of Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant is brought to you by Mom's Pharmacy, 745 Ralph Avenue, and another location in 235 Utica Avenue. This is not your typical Walgreens. Black owned, woman operated. This is where I get my medications from. You might as well too.
Instead of sharing
it.
I mean, like, you can even say right now, but I have a podcast right now, and somebody called you that you're good friends with, and you see me starting off, and you pulled up, you didn't charge me, jumped on the train. You have a lot more leverage
I ain't
than I
charged
have.
you yet, but go ahead.
But, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot more leverage than I have, and it's just about us making sure that we pushing that needle forward to be better. If we seeing somebody grinding, doing what they need to do, being positive, and going in a direction that's going to enhance our communities, that's what we should support on any level. I mean, and that's what a lot more of us are trying to do out here, but it's quiet. So you definitely have to get your flowers, or I don't know how you want to say it, but get your adulation and get your congratulations for coming on my platform and sitting down with me.
But you heard what I said before we even got started. I said, well, I can tell other people about it, and you said definitely. You said please tell other people about it and advise them.
Please,
said,
yeah, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to show that we great. You know what I'm saying, no matter, we've all started from the bottom. You guys started from rock bottom, like rock bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rock bottom. You know what I'm saying that's possible. It's possible for anybody that is focused and determined, from people to come from Bed-Stuy, to make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Where you're supposed to be frowned upon because it's the Black inner city.
Mm-hmm.
And look at all the triumph and the accomplishments that came from there.
Mm-hmm. We it's amazing. Jay-Z a billionaire now. You know what I'm saying? A billionaire. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know what I mean. We
didn't see that coming.
Nobody, I mean, I see it coming.
You saw it coming?
I saw it coming.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I see it coming for all of us. Anybody that
You saw him being a billionaire?
Yeah.
How's that? Why is that?
He a hustler, bro.
Okay.
It don't stop.
Don't stop.
Especially when you're around that environment, you're going to want to hit that beat, because that's the what's they call that, the rule of thumb. That's the bar.
It's the bar
for you to be a billionaire, because once you at that level, what's going to stop you?
Sky's the limit.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's all about, doesn't matter what community you come from. It's all about us advancing and being better. And I don't want us to be bitter. And I always told that to myself. I was like, yo, I'm not being bitter, because bitter don't solve nothing, bro. Mm-hmm. It just consumes you. Be better. Be optimistic. Be positive. And that's why the bitterness destroys us, because that's why we get addictions and stuff like that. Because we harbor on, all the respect, slavery, what it did to us. Try to harbor on the civil rights era, how it changed us. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing now, we judges, we lawyers, we all kind of people.
Doctors.
We everywhere in society.
Biologists.
So let's focus on that, the better part. Period. And take what we taking what we gotta take. Like Brooklyn dudes do. We taking it. But anyway, so this is a question I didn't get to ask another guy. So you don't smoke, but I'm gonna ask another question. So I got a segment called We Be Clubbing. What's the hottest nightclub? Because we like to party as Black people. What's the hottest nightclub in New York City that you ever been to that was popping from whatever era you can think of? I'm talking about everybody in the building, the whips outside, the chains is out, the ladies is out crazy, the DJs is spinning. Ooh,
Good question.
Yeah.
I never made the tunnel. I'm thinking Cheetah, Speed, Envy.
I was thinking the tunnel too.
I can't remember the name of it. The name of the spot I liked was
So the tunnel you mentioned,
the tunnel I never made it to. I would always look
what happened to the tunnel?
over at it.
That
The
was
tunnel
like the
was
spot.
violent,
Yeah.
and it ended up closing down. I think after the lease and everything ran its course. But I think my favorite club setting was what was that? 57th Street, the Pavilion or something like that. It closed like maybe 5-6 years ago. It was right on 57th and 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that was it's like 57th and 8th.
So paint that picture for me. Paint that picture for me. How was how the spot when you smelling right now? Paint that picture of how it was for you when you used to pull up to that spot. Like, what was the energy like?
The energy was like I'm walking in there with the homies. Got different cliques of friends, and I'm letting somebody lead the way, and I'm probably walking in the middle, and somebody walking behind me, and I get in the spot. It's like, yo, what where you want to sit, what we drinking on, or whatever, and I'm just peeping out the scenery. The ladies, all different boroughs, different states, and you looking at the art on the wall, you're looking at the unisex restrooms, you're looking at the plush couches, you're looking at people looking at you trying to figure out who you are. Is this person a regular person? Are they a big shot?
So how it feels to walk in, like, cause you guys had, especially when New Jack City came out and all that stuff like that, you guys had rhythm for a minute.
Right.
So how did it feel to pull up and just that energy of like everybody like, yo, they know what it is?
Well, the thing is, everybody doesn't know who I am. So I think that's an advantage than a disadvantage. So it leaves mystique. Like I've met women out and about in our circle, like the hip hop circle. Well, like, yo, why is everybody catering to you? Like, why is everybody coming to you, whispering in your ear, are you all right, or do you need anything? I'm like, yo, it's just my friends, whatever. But no, are you a regular person? Because that's not common. Like, if you just walked in here and everybody's hugging you and kissing you and, yo, do you need anything? I said, sweetie, I'm not going to tell you about the movie. Just, you know what I mean? grab your drink and grab whatever it is you need.
What's those movie glasses back in the days?
Yeah. Grab your 3D glasses and sit down and participate in the movie. But I'm like, yo, I know these people. But she's like, yeah, I met a young lady. I'm in touch with her on and off now.
But the energy, regardless, you saying that nobody knew you, but people did know you. Just like you are known.
Right.
But some people don't know, but then they know.
Right.
Because they're going to find out.
Right. Indirectly.
Right. So, and especially like in those days, because you had, the mob. I mean, we talking the 90s or we talking the 80s? We talking now?
We talking, I'm 43, so we're talking New Jack and all that came out. I was a little kid.
Right. Oh, you was a little kid. Okay.
I was a little kid. That came out, I'm 11, 12 years old.
Got you.
So, during that time, I'm young. I'm not an adult till early 2000s.
Oh, early 2000s. How old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay, so you got me I got you about a few years. Got you.
Right.
All right, so the Gambinos ain't there.
All that, I mean, I'm watching all this stuff on TV, so I know it's present somewhere around.
I'm talking about like the 80s and 90s. You had the Gambinos,
the Five Families.
Yeah, you had the Supreme Team, and I mean,
I know all of it is present,
right?
But me and my family have no direct involvement in it. So I'm out and about. I'm like, okay, I heard the stories, but it's not effective because I'm not within. I have nothing to, like, my life.
It's not your realm.
It's not my world. Like when I was hanging out, when I first, had my...
You in the Usher age, 2000s and all that, stuff like that.
When I was hanging out, that's when Zab, Judah, and Sean were hanging out.
Oh, you talking about, yeah. All right,
on a regular basis. So when I was...
talking about Bad Boy,
Right. So when I was hanging out, they would be coming to the... they would be coming... They'll be at the club when I get there, or they'll be coming there.
With us? Ashes, dust,
they'll be coming in when I leave. So when I'm there, everybody's looking at me. Who's this guy? And Zab is undefeated.
Mm.
Sean is just starting out.
Nice. You
And
were
Foxy-
oh,
and
you talking
Foxy-
about you wasn't there for that shooting, was you?
No, but I was in New York at the time, and then
Got
Foxy
you.
Brown brothers around. But we all in the same age group, so I'm
Got you.
seeing them.
You.
But a lot of people, and I'm not saying names, a lot of people were looking at me like, why I look familiar, or who is this guy? But nobody would say nothing. So I'm in there, arms folded.
But anybody who's
drunk.
anybody knew who you are, though, apparently.
They're looking and they're asking somebody, they're talking to people. So they probably talking to somebody, asking instead of saying, hey, what's up? Like, who are you or whatever? But I would see Zab on a regular basis because I trained
That's your homie.
at Gleason's.
Got you.
Wasn't my homie.
Oh, got you.
I trained at the gym
Okay.
for 10 years.
Got you.
So I would see him and his siblings every day
So
when I was getting it
you
in.
got a knuckle game?
Yeah, I got a knuckle game.
Okay.
I got a knuckle. My older siblings are better than me, but yeah, I was in there. I was in there doing amateur.
Oh,
Scared to do pro.
I was gonna talk about that, but I don't know if you had a knuckle game or not.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
definitely need brushing up on, but yeah, me and my brothers, we fought, we boxed all the time. That because my oldest brother boxed amateur.
All right.
So he brought all of that into.
So the boxing game in Brooklyn, so you did the 52. What you was doing on the streets? What you was doing?
They probably were doing 52. I was just
52. People don't know about the 52.
Whatever they were telling, whatever my older siblings were telling me to do, I would do. But the 52, Two of them was just nasty with it.
Gotcha.
Two of them was just nasty with it. I was like, yo, I
you gonna name names? You gonna name names?
No, I aspire to.
But your hands but you got the knuckle game with you though.
I got it with me, but it's not as nice as Charles and Tony. Charles and Tony had it.
Gotcha.
And I learned from Tony. But
got you.
Yeah, you just
because nobody knowing that you guys got the knuckle game, man.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
So that was getting busy in the streets with the hands?
Yeah.
All right.
On and off. Me on and off. I didn't fight near as much as them. They were older. They got me, 10 years.
Got you.
20 years or whatever. They got it in. I got it in when I needed to. When I needed to, I did. I need to sharpen up my skills, but I'm grateful.
So what y'all was fighting each other? Because a lot of my homies, we was fighting each other to get better.
Yes, we did.
That's how you get good at it.
That's how you get good. We did a lot of busting each other lips, eye jammies, nose bleeds.
Oh, y'all hear it first. My man got a knuckle game, boy.
Crack, what you call it? Hurt jaws.
Cracking jaws, breaking jaws.
But jaws.
You ever heard a jaw break before? Yeah, man.
It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. I ain't never had my jaw broken. You ever had your jaw broken?
No, sir.
I don't know nobody. None of my people never had their jaw broken. But you get jaw broken, man. That's crazy.
That's
man.
crazy. You got hit hard.
Yeah, man. Jaw broken is crazy, man.
Rib shots. I know all about it. Stomach shots.
So you doing combinations and all that.
Yeah, man. We
Well, for anybody that don't know, man, Brooklyn.
Around the house.
I mean, Tyson can speak for us about the Brooklyn knuckle game. I mean, so in Brooklyn always been known for fighting, man. So you coming to Brooklyn, I mean, being out in the street, you had know how to get it in with them hands, man.
Yeah.
Also, the Rocks know how to get busy, man, with the hands. I didn't know that.
We actually, the name came from boxing, from what we were told.
Oh, the Rock?
Yeah, from the story our granddad told us that his granddad and so on and so forth told, the ancestors rather said, we got the Rock name because
rocking them jaws, boy.
Because they used to have the slaves fight.
Oh.
Obviously, they used to have the slaves fight.
Okay.
They would box or whatever. And the one that wouldn't lose, they said, man, like what, like you as strong as an ox. It was like you're like a rock, like you don't break, or something to that effect.
You give another definition to the
so
Rock.
that's how they got.
You give another definition to the name Rock, boy.
Rock. Like
you guys are Rock boys in the building for real.
Yeah, I'm a Rock boy for real. When I hear it, Jay say that, I'm excited, but I'm an original Rock boy.
That's for
it's not no name that I added to my name, but
so y'all called Rock because. Like that literally was rocking jaws back in the days.
It came from slavery.
Slavery.
From them fighting. And they said the slave master said something to the effect of, like, I'm going to call you Rock. Like, you're as strong as a rock. And
wow, that's crazy. Rock. And it is stuck.
It's stuck.
That's crazy. So you boys out there thinking y'all got an easy one.
I just try to keep it clean and lean, but I try to use my hands for what they need to be used for. But if I can walk away, I can walk away. That's great too, man.
So boy, I mean, New York dudes, especially Brooklyn dudes, always been known being in a fight, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a gangster and you're about it, you're gonna have a knuckle game. You can't be 100% gangster if you can't get rocked. Nice with them hands, man.
You gotta be nice with them hands. You gotta be loose with them. You gotta be somewhat nice with them. Yeah.
So I got another question since we on that. So I was gonna talk about the fever in the Bronx. You said the tunnel already, stuff like that. I mean, JC had his 50-50 club and all that, but you said
40-40.
40-40, my bad, 40-40. But I ain't never been there, so I'm not like I know what it is. But so you said what's the spot you said he was at?
I can't remember the name. I think it was like the Pavilion or Paragon or Pentagon or something like that. It was on 57th and 8th and 9th.
I might have to open that back up, man.
Yeah, it was like 3 floors.
Whoa.
And all the floors were popping. All the floors were lit, but the thing about it would be like a lot of different flavor in there because the highways are not far away. So it'd be like a lot of
so let me ask you a
females
question
from out of state.
Let me ask you a question. In those times, you said Zab Judah cooked. Zab Judah got knuckle game. So, did you have to be tough to be in there? Like, who was who in there? Like, did you have to be tough to be in those kind of spots? Like, what was the energy like?
In the clubs?
Like, you just said the pavilion. Like, you had to be tough to be. You had to, like, not just, because some dudes.
When we're out, when everybody's outside of where they from, everybody got their game face on. Everybody kind of, boastful.
Right.
Or whatever, or have their game face on because you're not at home. You know that, hey, these guys over there, I don't know them. Everybody's surveying the room. So, but for me, I was never an attention whore. I'm in there to meet young ladies, get something to drink, not even dance too much. Run into people I know. I know people from working in every borough. I know people all over the place. I'm like my dad in that sense. I'm always going places, running into cool people that I know. But for me, for the most part, it was always a situation where people wanted to jump in for me or do me a favor of some sorts. And I'm like, I'm good. Like I can handle myself. But it was I was always just a easygoing, low key type of person.
So. Did you ever need bodyguards? Like, how were you moving? You was moving this way?
I was moving. How was I moving? I was moving careful. moving careful.
I'm trying to start some mess. So who had the bodyguards in there? Who had the bodyguards?
Nobody. We was our own bodyguard. We had a couple.
I mean, he was Zab Judah, but
we had a couple of homeboys from the neighborhood that are like big guys who, don't mind getting the scuffles that were there. But for the most part, going out here and there. Like I want to say, like
so you talking about your circle,
like the late 90s or whatever. I'll go with my siblings. We get into something here and there,
right?
But it would be squashed either inside or outside the club. We never got to, crazy where police got to get involved or somebody really got hurt. There was a couple of incidents, maybe 4 or 5 incidents, but nothing. Nobody got taken to the hospital, thank God, man, on both ends,
That's you.
So it's all about protecting yourself when you go out.
It's always about protecting yourself, but I just want to know who had bodyguards. Who was able to, I know Tyson had no bodyguards.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean?
Nobody really had.
I mean, in your circle.
Nobody really.
I mean, because, in New York, like, you always got, because, when I was growing up, you had your chain snatched, your car taken, you might get your girl taken. If you ain't tough. But anyway,
it would be time. Like I remember, it would be times, like people looking at my jewelry, or whatever, and they talking to whoever. Oh, that's your man or whatever. And, he not my man like that. But you don't want to mess with him.
Right.
You don't.
Dudes always looking at them jewelry.
Looking at my jewelry, and he's like, you don't want to. You got like 6 brothers.
New York dudes is on.
And only one of them got to come. So just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone.
And I'm not in there going, hey, look at my jewelry, look at my watch. I'm in there just...
Yeah, because they don't, people don't really know the dark side of the rocks, man. People
they don't know.
Know what I mean? Like, they're from Bed-Stuy, man. They're from Brooklyn, bro.
I grew up behind Country Kitchen, man.
You know what I mean? Yeah, people don't know the dark side of the style. Like, it ain't a game, man.
I'm a Saratoga baby, man.
Saratoga. Ooh. St. Park. We said St. Mark's and Saratoga Ave. We talking about MOP. We talking about MOP stuff
Decatur,
there.
Saratoga, Bainbridge, Saratoga, Chauncey,
Bainbridge?
Saratoga.
Chauncey? I was just talking about my man Moon from Chauncey and Malcolm X, man. The
Right
Floyd
there.
Boys.
I see.
Yeah.
That's probably before my time, but yeah, we were right there.
Wow, now
Ralph.
Now he said his people's been over there because his pops has passed away in the United States,
sorry.
96.
Okay.
But they've been out there for a long time.
Okay.
Them
My
boys.
family probably know about
He
it.
got a chain that says the Floyd. I got in my episode Floyd Boys and chain. Them boys known.
Wow.
Them boys heavy. He had mad jewelry on, bro.
Wow.
Not even a rapper. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if I don't know, like I said, my siblings may know them.
Do you know? I mean,
My siblings may
sure.
know them, or they definitely probably heard of us.
Yeah, for sure,
because
for
of
sure.
Walking distance.
because everybody, like, that's how you got here.
Mhm.
I know some third dudes and third dudes know third dudes. That's how you popped up. I mean, but anyway,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, everybody I know it's official. But anyway, I got a question for you. You trying to use somebody else say flowers. A lot of dudes don't really like talk about this, but I want to know what's the most dangerous dude you know. I was gonna say what's the most dangerous Brooklyn night, like a night, but what's the most dangerous dude you know in Brooklyn that you've been around? We talking about live from Bedford-Stuyvesant right now. We talking about something critical too. You know what I mean?
Most dangerous people I've been around. My brother.
Person.
My brother Charles.
You guys can't throw that out there, man. Charles, you mentioning the names now. Why? Why he dangerous?
He was about that life.
Mm.
He was about that life. I miss him. He was really.
Oh, you say
He passed.
pass, right? Got
Yeah,
you.
he was really out there like that.
Got you.
But I admire him. He was a very street smart, a very book smart guy.
Street
He's the
smart
only
and
one.
book smart.
He's the only one of my siblings that finished college.
What?
Yeah, he's the only one.
And he's the most dangerous.
He's the most dangerous. Yeah,
Mm.
he's the most dangerous because his mom battled alcohol substance,
Right.
and his grandmother battled alcohol substance.
Right.
So
So he was around that.
So he was raised by his great grandmother, and when his mother got with a significant other, the father wanted nothing to do with him. So he was out like fending for himself since probably like 10, 11 years old, in and out of detentions.
So that's so. Was he the older brother?
He's the oldest.
So did he lay the foundation for you guys to move in the streets?
Huh?
Did he lay the foundation for the Rocks to move in the streets, or was it?
Oh
your
yeah,
father?
everybody when he was around, everybody knew when he was around. Everybody knew.
Because you always got either the father, or
It was like
brother.
two dads. It was like two dads. Because my dad was always working. My dad was thorough, but my brother, everybody knew he was that guy. So like my older brother Audrey would say, like when he would be out of jail or whatever, and he'd be home, everybody knew. Everybody's real careful how they threw the football. Like everybody would just probably be bullshitting. Everybody be playing around, like playing like certain underhanded games or mind tricks when he wasn't around. Everybody was real careful how they tossed the football, how they threw the basketball to them when he was around. Everybody was real careful.
Scared. You scared to throw the football.
Yeah, everybody. He told me everybody. He said,
to throw the football like easy. You don't want to throw that speed because dudes in Brooklyn used to throw them bullets and they hit you. So this is careful how they threw the football.
He said everybody was real careful
That's
how they
crazy.
act.
Give me one story about Charles, man. He ain't here no more, so you can tell one story.
When he was when
I'm talking about something dangerous.
Well, when he and I got close, I was just graduating and moving back to New York.
Yeah.
So he was dealing with that 3-strike rule.
Right.
So he was very what's the word I'm looking for?
He was cautious.
Very, very, very cautious to back because he couldn't go back. So I was asking everybody like why he's so different than not to say that I wanted him to be involved in any type of mess, but I'm like, yo, why he's so relaxed and reserved? Everybody going like, yo, he can't. So I'm like, I'm going, he can't. Yada 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 yada. There's no more. There's no more for him.
Right.
So we was just basically building our relationship because I was always speaking to him from being incarcerated growing up.
Gosh, you didn't really see him like that.
I didn't really see him like that. I would see him 2 years here, 6 months here, 9 months there, 1 year here. It was like that. But when he got out, that's when we bonded. But it was more like when we got out, it was more so I wasn't really. He would tell me little stuff here and there, like, yo, I did this back, but we were more so Friday come. You got paid, I got paid. Yeah, you need money? No, I got money. Meet me, I got extra $300.
One story, you gotta have one story, God. One story, brother. One story he got. I mean, he went in 2 times, right?
He went it 2 times.
2 times already because he had more time to offend. He'd have been for life. So what? I mean, what he went for?
Maybe over 10 times.
So give me one of those stories that when he went in for, like one story when he went for them 10 times. He got to be one of them, right?
One story was I remember like I said, my mom raised him
right
along with everybody else because she didn't believe in halves and step and all this type that.
By the way, this segment is called Armed and Dangerous. You know, like that Pop Smoke joint. Armed and Dangerous. They ain't no stopping at the light. There's no shame on us. Know what I mean? So Armed and Dangerous. Right.
It was a prison riot at Attica.
Oh, Attica.
And we was told he was involved in it.
That's stuff.
We was told he was involved in it. He might have died, so he was making a lot of phone calls, but he was good.
Right.
They had the name wrong.
Right.
They were saying, but he was involved in a riot at Attica.
I can only imagine.
In like 89 or 90.
I could only imagine.
Or something like that.
In Attica.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that riot. You never get no details about that because riots and that.
I didn't get any detail. I didn't get any details about that, but I didn't get any details about that.
I'm gonna tell you how that probably went. To be honest with you, I ain't gonna get too much into it, but in Attica, like if it's hot or cold, because Attica usually I don't know what time of the year it was, because Attica like 10 hours away. It's better than Mechanica. Oh, Canada.
Okay. I think it was cold.
Yeah, I mean, so if it's cold, we talking about like 15 to 20 degrees below zero.
Okay.
And you gotta come in the yard. Any gangsters in the yard. You don't come in the yard, you're a punk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so most of all the gangsters, especially from Brooklyn.
Right.
I mean, so at the Brooklyn, particularly in Attica, is a Brooklyn court.
Okay. They keep Brooklyn and Uptown separated, or Brooklyn and Uptown are together?
I mean, nah. Brooklyn always have their own court. Nobody violate. So,
okay.
But usually everybody in the yard in Attica, you know what I'm saying? So Brooklyn have their own court, but they have different sections, blocks and stuff like that. A block, C block, I. So they really don't keep everybody in like one area. But if it's in a riot in Attica, first of all, means that there's stabbing going on.
Okay.
So everybody's out there stabbing each other.
Wow.
For a riot. Once everybody's stabbing each other, usually there's no stopping.
Okay. Unless
officer shoots.
Up on the ground, right?
Either on the tower
or on the ground.
You shoot a warning shot first. If you keep, you're going to get shot. I mean, so, but usually there's snow on the ground.
Okay.
So if there was a riot in the yard and everybody getting stabbed up, that's like chaos, yo. You talking about like a Spartan situation.
Okay.
People stabbing each other. You don't know who behind you. Like it's wild. So
real beef or just stabbing as initiation?
Ain't no initiation up there. People. When it's a riot in the yard, everybody getting busy. Everybody stabbing.
Everybody just fighting everybody.
There ain't no fighting, it's stabbing.
Okay.
In Attica. Like it's like weapons.
Right.
Ice picks or what do you call them? Shanks.
You know
what I mean? So anyway, they usually make you lay down. If they shoot, usually when you shoot, you stop. Because if you don't stop, they're gonna put a hole in you.
Right.
And it might be a hole you ain't gonna get up from.
Right.
I mean, so if he was in the riot in Attica and it was cold, usually because of their demented mentality, they had everybody lay down in the snow for about 5 hours. First of all, their justification is that they got to get everybody out of the yard.
Okay.
So whoever got stabbed up, they're the first to go.
Okay.
Whoever might have been involved in it, depending on how the situation is, they got to get them. They're taking one person at a time. Then the next person. Then the next person. Then the next person. So you like 5 hours in the snow, yo.
Face down.
Face down. So you talk about that kind of, when it's a riot, it's critical. And to lay down 5 hours in the snow, 0 degrees, below 0 degrees, serious. And also if you got stabbed, you might bleed to death. Because they're not coming.
They're not rushing like they're going to rush outside.
Nah, this could be, in Attica, they racist.
Yeah. I mean.
They're going to take their time regardless.
They're going to take their time. I mean.
So that's a movie. That's a movie. I wonder what variety he was in. Because anybody in Attica, the two spots, you got Auburn, Attica, and Clinton are like the most wildest in dangerous spots in New York State.
Right.
I mean, so Attica and Clinton, I think Clinton was top Attica.
Okay.
Both of them like towards Canada.
Yeah, all the way up there by Vancouver, right?
Yeah. So yeah, he was in the right in Attica. It was crazy. But I just want to know if Charles, I mean, like you said, I want to know who the most dangerous person you ever knew was, and it's Charles.
Charles.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to, that's one more segment because when we dealing with Brooklyn, because Brooklyn always known for being aggressive. We always known for being dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And
we try to make our presence known.
Yeah,
we try to make our presence known.
Yeah.
We just basically try not to be taken advantage of.
That's for sure.
I think that's what it is more so, you know.
So my next question is a little more personal. Who is Kenny Rock, man? Because
Kenny Rock?
I want to know who Kenny Rock is as a person, because people need to know, man.
Kenny Rock is a hardworking, independent person that flies under the radar. A lot of mystique, charismatic, courageous, clever. I don't dance unless I hear music. I don't scratch unless I feel an itch.
Right.
I don't hang out around a whole bunch of people. The people I do hang around is trust on both sides.
Right.
I'm careful of who I have in my circle. I'm careful whose circle I engage in. And I just take life day to day as it comes, man. Take life day to day as it comes.
Well, you know, that's survival tactics.
Yes, it's definitely survival.
Let me. So I'm sorry. This right here. I mean, some bugs down here. I usually zap them, pop them with this.
You can let me hold that.
You gotta,
but
you gotta squeeze the button on the side. It's a button. It electrocutes them. You just gotta hold it and then hit it, and it pops.
What
Pop.
about if I put my hand on it?
I don't know, you might die, man. No, it ain't that powerful, bro.
Okay.
But you move like a strategist, man.
Very strategic.
You move strategic, and
Very strategic.
a lot of people.
That's what I think that's what keeps me alive anywhere I go. I like we said earlier, I take Brooklyn with me everywhere I go. I always have my game face on. Never
But
too
also,
relaxed.
There's a lot of love for you able to. Some people can't move like that.
Yeah, a lot of people can't.
You know what I'm saying?
People got beef that they created. All angles, all ends. I don't. Any beef I have, I didn't go out and create it.
Got you.
I was probably defending myself.
Got you.
You know.
This episode of Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant is brought to you by Mom's Pharmacy, 745 Ralph Avenue, and another location in 235 Utica Avenue. This is not your typical Walgreens. Black owned, woman operated. This is where I get my medications from. You might as well too.
You just move. You're not out for, all the attention, but the attention is
Sometimes
there.
it does come.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of time it does come.
And
Because like you said, all of us know each other.
Right.
A lot of time it does come.
for sure.
A lot of time the attention is genuine love. Sometimes it cannot be.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't matter what the attention is. You know what I mean? Like, you got that ROCK in the back. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You got Brooklyn behind you regardless.
Absolutely.
I mean, so it don't matter who it is in the world, boy. You know what I mean? So as long as you got that, the big B's always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a Brooklyn thing.
Absolutely.
But they just want to know who you are and what you about and stuff like that. So we're going to get back to that. I just want to know who Kenny Rock was. But I'm going to switch up a little bit. So this is a big question right now that I'm asking anybody with, anybody with dark skin. Kamala or Candace?
Candace.
Yeah, I like you.
Candace.
I'm a big Candace fan, man.
Candace.
So I want to know why Candace.
I think she's a better fit.
Mm.
I think she's a better fit.
I mean, tell me, bro. Like, wow.
I think she's a better. I think I'm not following her like I should be, but I say she's a better fit because this other one isn't talking about really anything for us. Every time we ask her specifically for us, Black Americans, she adds everybody else into the pot. So that means everybody gonna get.
She clout chasing, you saying?
Yeah, she's clout chasing. Everybody gonna get what they need to get and leave us, high and dry with the scraps. And we've been getting that for too long now. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
Candace
always-
is going to do that.
What's sad about it is that people always turn to black people for some help.
Exactly.
Always trying to use a
Because
race
they know
card.
we the strongest.
Race card.
It's a race card. They know we the strongest, but us being the strongest, we still need compensation too.
I mean, that's
We need
always.
compensation.
I mean, nothing for free.
Nothing
Like you know
for
what I'm saying,
free.
you're supposed to.
But we've been doing everything for free so long. They think they can continue to
man.
do that to us because we allowed them to do that,
Mhm.
and that kind of enabled us as a community.
But
There you go. Yeah, there you go. That enabled us
Mhm.
because we've been allowing it for so long. It's become the normal.
yeah, but nah, man. So I vibe with
Got it.
Candace. That's what's up, man. I like Candace.
Yeah.
I like Kamala too. I'm on both sides. So, but why did you say? Why did you think she hot? Why you think? Why you think?
I think she hot if she can get the job done, man, and get us ahead. I think she's hot if she can get the job done to get us ahead, man. Like we said earlier, it's all about us getting something, man, as opposed to just voting because our grandparents.
But she's not running. I don't know why she's not running, man. I want her to run. Before Kamala came through, talking about, yo, I'm going for it. I wanted Candace to go for it.
Oh yeah.
Candace is thorough, man. She just too smart, man. She
I mean,
like
maybe
she's like
this-
a
maybe
chick
this
from
is
the
below
hood,
her. Maybe
man.
this is below her.
She's like a chick from the hood. She always got something to say, man.
Maybe this is below her. I don't like.
Yo,
you
Candace
know,
always got a smart remark. Yo, she's smart. Like she got you know what I mean. Like she a smart ass, yo.
She
But,
probably already know what they're gonna ask her too.
But she don't. She have any question you ask her, she has an answer for. Like you
That
can't.
could be good. That could be good and bad.
Nah, man. You need to always have an answer for a question, bro. Because a lot of
Do you
people.
think she overdo it though?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. Because it shows you have intellect. You could think for yourself. That's what I like about her.
Yeah.
Think
Thinking
for
for yourself is very
She
important.
move on her own accord. I mean, so shout out to Candace, man. You know, I rock with you. I mean, but that's how I feel about it. So there's a big debate about who's the best. Show enough? Nah, stop. Who's the meanest? Who's the baddest? Nah, I'm messing with you. It's a big controversy going on about Chris Brown and Michael Jackson.
Chris Brown would never come close.
You say that because you old school? I mean, why you say
Chris
that?
Brown would never come close to Michael Jackson, nor would Usher. But Michael Jackson was like his own. Michael Jackson was a movement, man.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was a and I'm not gonna say because he sold hundreds of millions of records. He was just he was prevalent for that time. He was Michael Jackson. That was a movement. Michael
All right.
Jackson.
Name your best Michael Jackson song since we talking Michael Jackson.
Best Michael Jackson song. Probably
Did you ever meet him?
no.
Damn.
Lady of My Life.
You got me. You got me, word. You got me
Look
on
it
that
up.
one.
That's probably like one of my favorite. That and Librarian Girl.
You got me on two songs. I don't even know what
Now
they're
look
about.
them up. They were classic.
Lady
She
said,
will always be
Librarian?
the lady of my life. That's all.
you got me on that one. Lady of My Life, he said Librarian?
And Librarian Girl.
Librarian. Girl.
Lady of My Life, LL sampled it with Hey Love. Do, do,
Hey
do,
Love.
do.
Right. Hey, love, this is more than a... Got you.
LL sampled it. Voice of Men
You got
sampled
me.
it.
I got to do my homework on that one.
What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Man in the Mirror.
Ah, that was a good one. Name another one.
We Are the World.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Prince?
When Doves Cry.
Name another one.
Come on, bro.
Name one more.
Purple Rain.
Oh, you like the old Prince stuff.
That's what made him iconic, man.
I like the older Prince stuff. I never liked Prince like that until like later on.
I mean, I got it because I seen the movie. I was a kid when I seen Purple Rain,
Okay, me too.
and when they this, because the song with the movie, and you know, like we talking about his father, he's never sad. She's never sad. And it reminded me of my mother.
Oh,
I mean, like you know what I mean. So like his song really spoke to me. That's why I'm so. And then the movie with the song,
coincided.
he made it all gel right. And then Purple Rain, he was crying at the end and all that in the movie. So it was like, yo, it was iconic, bro. One of his last concerts was at the Super Bowl. I just recently watched it.
Oh yeah.
And it was raining when he sang Purple Rain.
He probably did it that day because he knew it was gonna be raining.
Yo, it was dope. Yo, it started raining, but I would say Prince because, I would say them songs because they was deep, man. And Prince was he knew how to play the instruments. He was different.
He was different.
You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, Prince was the only man working with Walking Hills back then. You had to be some kind of different to Walking Hills.
Gotta be different.
But Man in the Mirror for me, for Michael Jackson, and We Are the World, because those songs were monumental. And We Are the World had every great there was at that time on it.
Yeah, every great there was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Voltrons or Decepticons?
Voltron, because of good how way the bad.
Got you. What's your favorite line?
I can't even remember them.
So
I can't even remember them, man. It's been so long.
you had the blue one, red one. I think the pink one was the girl. You had the yellow one, green one, and the orange one. But my favorite line, of course, was I think it's the red. I think the red one was the leader.
When you said Decepticons, I thought we was gonna talk Decepticons or
You talking about the gang?
no, Decepticons or the Transformers. I thought this is what we were gonna talk about. What was it? Decepticons and
Talking about robots?
no. Transformers was Decepticons and
Autobots.
Autobots. I thought that's what we were doing when you said Decepticons.
Nah, because I said Voltron. It's not the Decepticons, it's Voltron and the Transformers, that's the name. But I said Decepticons because Decepticons was always the latest ones. But Voltron, I was talking about the other day. My best part of Voltron, when he pulled that sword out, man, he just
destroying stuff.
He pulled that sword out, it was over, bro. It was over. All right, baddest female you ever dated. The baddest, the hottest. It's like it could be a female that you wanted to date, you wanted to meet, you've been trying to line up for a minute, or a female that you just met, or a female that's like, you seen in the club. It's talking about, she gotta be bad on all levels. It's talking about intellect, you know what I'm saying? Wardrobe. Teeth is on point. She know how to speak.
Favorite.
She got that bag too. Like she got like the baddest chick you ever dated, man.
Courtney Davenport when I was 6
say it
years
to the
old.
camera, dude.
Courtney Davenport when I was 6 years old in the first grade.
6 years old?
Yes, Courtney Davenport.
Tell me about it. I don't know about it. Like she got to be something
I was
special.
a little kid,
Yeah.
and we were in kindergarten and first grade together. I'd be with her lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
I got pictures with her somewhere. I'd love to find them.
Mm. So why
Brown skin girl, pretty.
Because she's not even a girl. Listen, she's not even a grown woman yet, man. So what made her?
I got into girls early, man.
Mm.
I got into girls maybe 4 or 5.
So what made her? Because you're talking about your whole life now. You 43?
Yeah.
And you mentioned her. What's her name again?
Courtney Davenport.
Courtney Davenport.
I
I don't know where you at, girl, but he just mentioned you. 6th grade, he still remember you, yo.
No, 6 years old.
6 years old. He still remember you, man. And he talk about and you done dated a lot, right?
Yeah, I did a lot. Yeah.
So what made her top shelf out of all the women? We talking about grown woman now.
I was young and innocent. She was young and innocent, so I made it perfect.
So you told me you had like a tenderoni love? What's going on?
Yeah, it was.
Because my grandma, she's a tenderoni.
Yeah, she's definitely somebody's tenderoni.
Girl.
She's definitely somebody's tenderoni now somewhere. She's a tenderoni back then. She's more than likely a tenderoni now. So Courtney Davenport, wherever you are, blessings.
So what was it? Was it the smile?
The smile, the hair,
Uh-huh.
the complexion, the brown complexion, brown caramel complexion.
So let's keep it real. Did she even notice you?
Yeah, this is my girl.
I don't know. I don't know.
She ain't gonna notice me. I'm a rock. She gonna know I'm a rock. She got it. She got. Is you blind?
Some women don't care about that. I
No,
don't
she
know.
noticed me. She noticed
I don't
me.
know. I thought you had a crush or something. You might have seen her from a corner. Like
Nah.
I wish. What's that song by the far side? The far side. She keeps on
She passed me by. She was right there on my. She was right there by my rib.
Yeah. So I want to know how you want to be remembered, man.
Rather than being an icon, I want to be an inspiration.
Gotcha.
I want to inspire the ones after me, the next youth,
Mm-hmm.
to come forward
Mhm.
put their mind, and put their best to doing anything it is that they want to do with themselves.
Mhm.
That's basically it.
I mean, that's what it's all about, man. And this is why I created this platform for anybody from Brooklyn, man, to tell their legacy and stuff like that. It's a good thing that we have these platforms because this is therapy right now for a lot of people. You know what I mean, so I want people out there to instead, you want to be better, not bitter, but don't let what's going on in your life get you to a situation where you feel it's impossible. Because there's so many stories, like with the Rocks, with the Oprahs, you know what I'm saying, with the Tysons. There's so many stories that are examples of why you can do what you need to do. And God didn't put you here, now I mean, to clock out so soon. He put you here to live.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So inspiration is what we definitely want to be. So I mean, the inspiration with the Rocks and how they move, what do you think will be the ultimate goal when the dust clears? Like, as a unit.
Establishment.
Hmm?
Everybody established.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody established with their own lane
Right.
and bringing others in. Like basically getting through the door and
Mhm.
keeping the door open so others can come in there.
Mm-hmm.
Make it easier. But when they come in there, they have to do the work. They're not going to just be in there to take up space.
Got you.
To just
Mhm.
be, taking photo ops.
Got you,
You're
photo
there to be there
ops.
with a purpose.
Yeah, for sure, for the ops.
You're not just there to be there.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't need people there just to make me feel important and worthy. We all
Mhm.
have a job and a task to do at hand.
I mean, that's how anything in life works, man. And that's what people gotta start realizing too.
Absolutely.
I mean, like when you're doing mathematics, every number has to be added on to complete the whole.
Everybody has to be added on to complete the whole. Absolutely.
Yeah, so you can't be,
there just for the sake of being there.
2 zeros.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
and them numbers keep going on. So you want to keep adding to be that addition. To be that addition, not that subtraction. So I get you what you mean by that, man. So I'm honored to have Kenny Rock pull up, man. The Rock definitely was in the building, man. And I got this podcast to really show people that we making a transition, and the people that are coming here and showing me love is giving more inspiration, like he just said, to keep it burning, man. So in 2024 and 2025, we're going to keep the torch going, like Ali passed it off at the Olympics, man. And I'm the next one to grab the torch. There's gonna be somebody else to grab the torch after me, and that's the agenda, man. To build numbers and strength and be an addition. You know what I mean? So from Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, man, I appreciate y'all from tuning in, man. We have the great Kenny Rock, man. Salute. And salute to you guys, man.
She passed me by. She was right there on my. She was right there by my rib.
All right. So she was your shorty.
Yeah, a little
All right. So now I got to ask. What happened? Why y'all ain't stay together?
I went to a different school. I got older. Went to a different school.
What school was this? Was at
St. Mark's Catholic School.
Catholic school. People didn't do Catholic school no more like that. I don't even hear about that.
I did that back when I was young. My parents were real important.
Courtney Davenport. Girl, you just got a big mention, yo. Big mention by the Rock. Know what I mean? But okay. All right.
And being older, the finest woman I've dated is Francesca Simone Ford.
Do you remember all 3 names?
Yeah.
Francesca Simone Ford.
Yeah,
now, I don't even remember the female I was with last. Yes.
No, you know why? You know why? Because I thought it was going to be a fling situation, and I didn't want it to be that. That's how I remember.
Wow, kid.
We still keep in touch sporadically through social media or whatever, but I never wanted to forget her. That's what makes her stand out than everybody else.
That's beautiful, man. That, you know, because a lot of guys be acting like they players and stuff like that. I remember they first. It's like so. You talking about was Courtney your first love?
Yeah. Courtney was my first.
I gotta hit it. Shantae, what up, man? Shantae to the degree was like she was like my first hottie. I'm not gonna lie, man. Nice. So anyway, what's up? See, I don't remember the name. Francesca? That's a nice name, man.
Francesca
So what she
Simone.
was black?
Yeah.
She was mixed?
Black, high yellow. That's all.
She had something else in her.
Very curvy. Very curvy.
I'm talking about she was black and what else? Just black high yellow?
Black, high yellow.
Indian?
She said one of the great grandparents had Caucasian in her because she's very light.
Got you.
That's all. But the parents were both black.
So you be on the gram, man?
Yeah, for her, yes.
Yo, here's your gram, yo.
Yes, for her, yes.
So what made her the baddie, like the baddest of all of them?
Because when I got in my 30s, it stopped being about numbers. It stopped being about a whole bunch.
What you mean numbers? Like 34, 25,
It stopped
53?
being,
What you mean numbers?
It stopped being about 10 girls, meeting 10 girls this year, 15 this year, 20 this year.
Right.
All over the road. I met her. I was like, yo, damn. Like, yo,
Francesca, she was like,
yo, damn. Like, yo, she exempts
ooh,
every freaking body. Like, I saw her.
You strong,
and
bro.
I melted. I saw her and I was like, yo, wait a minute. Like, I'm kind of nervous to go and talk to her. That's why I got to talk to her because the Brooklyn in me, I'm scared of doing
Where's she
something.
from, Brooklyn,
I gotta do. She's from Houston, Texas.
How you met her?
I was down there on vacation.
Oh, this is a vacation trip. This was a summer fling?
This was a winter fling. I was down there vacationing after 2 deaths in the family.
Oh, we met on. Wow, that's crazy.
And I met her, and I was like, wait a minute. Like,
she was really nice to me at that time, but she was like really there for you.
Yeah, I met her, and I was like, yo, wait a minute. Not only was she the baddest.
How old was you at the time?
32, 33.
Oh, so you was a little bit. I was a little bit recognized at that time.
32, 33, and I got her by 8, 9 years.
So let me ask you a question. All due respect to her, was she enamored with you before she knew you was a rock, or when she knew you, she was a
We
rock?
never discussed it.
Ever?
No. We never discussed it.
To this day, but she know you a rock now.
I think she might think I'm Spider-Man or He-Man right now. I don't know, but we never, to be honest with you, we never discussed it. It was like I met her. I was like, yo, when I met her, I was like, yo, holy. I could stop. I was like, I could stop right here at this.
Right.
And I came back to New York and we talked for a couple of months and then we fell out of touch with each other. But I literally, when I met her, I was like, yo, I can stop here. But not only was she fine as hell, she's a sweetheart. She's a real nice girl.
So you met a woman because, let's be honest, nowadays, if they find any woman feel like that you shouldn't rock, you're a rock. You know, females act different. Let's be real, right?
Absolutely. That's why I didn't want her knowing that.
I mean,
and I met her with one of my established siblings.
That's crazy.
But
man.
we were around each other. I was with my sibling out and about.
And that's
on the
why
night on the town. But we weren't. Me and my sibling weren't. If I'm right here, he's in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the same place, but he's not right there on me like that.
Right.
So I was able to meet her without any of the hoopla.
Right.
You understand? But we never to this day discussed it.
That's
I
crazy.
just always tell her, my brother, one of my brothers in New York always asks about you. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Like he always saying, hey, what happened to Simone or that LL Cool J song, Mr. Goodbar. Yeah, LL was thinking about her when he made that song. So I'll be telling her stuff like that. That's it.
So she don't follow your gram or nothing right now?
She does, but she's never commented on it. Because she's with somebody now and they have kids and everything.
Oh, so she's
with somebody.
But she know now that because you're in your
right, but she hasn't said it. And like my regular page,
right.
Like I gotta have a private page.
Mm-hmm.
I got my everyday page. I keep kind of everyday things I'm doing.
Right.
And I got a business page that's more family orientated and uplifting podcasts and speeches and stuff that Malcolm X said, stuff that Farrakhan said, stuff that Malcolm X said, Huey, Bobby Seals, stuff like that. So the real Kenny Rock page is more personal with family orientated stuff. My regular page that I'm on every day is more cars and jewelry and clothes, and we were hanging out at this place this weekend, and
But she now knows. But the great thing is that she didn't know before.
Yeah, she didn't know before.
Yeah, I would say.
And I like to meet people like that so you see how they react.
Well, a lot of people, a lot of celebrities say, like they would rather. I'm not into the celebrity game. I'm not gonna be real with you. In reference to, I get popping. I don't want to date a female that's like in a loop like that. I want to date a female that's not. You know what I'm saying? Because
you can't determine who you're gonna meet, fall for, and like that. You just hope that
that's true.
They have your best interest.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you gotta hope for. You hope that they have your best interest.
That's true.
Like I saw her and I was like, I saw her, met her for the first time. I was like head over heels. Like, wait a minute, like this
she
gotta
like
be
that.
the one.
Why she like that though? What's going on?
I was like, yo, this gotta be the one that I don't live here. But I was
what
like,
she got, man? Talk about it. She in a relationship now again. So what's up? What she got?
She got some
What's going on, man?
300-400 pound guy. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, I'm talking about the guy. I'm talking about what she got going on, man. That thing is like hitting the wall. What's going on?
Yeah, she got a frame, man. she got a curvy frame where it looked like she need to. I like voluptuous women. She has a curvy frame where
it's like Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit. She's gotta have it. Whatever. She has a curvy frame where Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles could see that. See her coming, man.
Ooh, look at you. You know a man like he like.
I was nervous,
jittery.
I saw the wind. I mean, like I said, the wind kind of went out my chest. But I said, you know one thing, I'm from Brooklyn, which means
facts.
The building's on fire. I gotta go in that building. I can't start. Oh, I can't.
Can't be a coward.
The building's. Oh, I can't. I gotta. Boom. The building's on fire. Oh shoot. Oh, they over there popping off. I gotta kind of go towards where they popping off at and do what I gotta do. Win, lose, or draw. That's what the star has taught me.
You know what's crazy about what you just said? I feel the same way, which is sad. Like,
is a blind ignorance almost, but that's what we come from.
Yeah, man.
That's what we familiar with. Yeah. So it's like you kind of got to do it, but you got to be conscious. You got to be conscious how you doing it. But I saw her and I'm like, just like, oh my, like it was kind of like, yo, damn, like, oh my God. I was like, yo, okay, I got to calm down and I got to go over there and sit and start talking.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you gotta, like, my whole attitude, like, oh, you gotta come meet my dad and whole family. Yo, where, like, if you're not gonna initiate it, where do I go to shake his hand? Like, what was that? That was my attitude. Like, okay, where I gotta go so I can meet him. I'm not gonna cower and I'm scared to meet. No, I got her. Like, let me. I got her, sir.
And that
was my attitude.
That's a problem for any Brooklyn dude, man, because it's like no matter where you go, you can never be punks. You can never turn your back. You can never be a coward because it's like, how you gonna come back to Brooklyn?
How you gonna come back anywhere? It's like, yo, like I said, we take the Brooklyn with us. Like, yo, you would hope it's not gonna be bad, but you gotta man through it. Like, you gotta be an alpha through it. You gotta be an
no
alpha
matter what. Yeah, I mean that's
a sigma through it.
That's
man.
crazy. That's like a problem because
you gotta be careful. You gotta be conscious.
Yeah, because I mean, like even nowadays, like I can't never let a dude like say if I had a chain on, dude, like take that off. I'm like taking nothing off. Like it's like because like if a dude take my chain and I come back, like I can't walk the streets no more, dude. Like what up? Case you didn't even consider a gangster no more.
If you outnumbered, you outnumbered. But
according to Brooklyn, the men I was raised with,
you gotta get it in.
You gotta get it in, man. You're gonna die right there. You're gonna kill me for this. You ain't taking this off my neck.
Yeah, and that's the sad part about it. It's like you gonna.
That's what I said.
But yeah, that's our mindset.
That's for
our
sure.
Mindset. That's definitely our mindset.
Now we on that topic, man. What do you love about Brooklyn?
I love the style. I love the food. I love the culture. I love a lot of the artists that went mainstream out of Brooklyn. culture, the music, the food, the fashion. A lot of us, I mean, the majority of us, we don't try to fit in with anybody. They try to fit in with us.
Yeah.
I love going to Atlanta.
True.
I love being in the South. And they say it's Brooklyn in the house. It's like
it feel good.
It's like
you
a
feel
surge
like
goes through my body. Like,
yeah,
what,
you
like
feel like
Brooklyn, like yeah. Or
yeah.
I'm meeting people out of town. They're like, you gotta be from New York. I'm like, yeah, Brooklyn. They're like this whole like I gotta be.
And it's always been like that. We need to stop.
With care, like
shout out to anywhere and everywhere that I've been or he been, because if you a thorough Brooklyn dude, you get mad love in other places. They be like, yo, what up, Brooklyn? Like, what? You from Brooklyn? What up, man? They know it's real. Like,
they see the style.
Yeah, they know how. They know what it is.
Okay,
they give you. They show you. They give you a shout. Yeah, what up? Such and such from Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house.
And you just try to show that respect.
Definitely.
Try to show that respect, and hopefully, it's not gonna be some hater.
Definitely
trying to egg you on to do something that you don't want to do to compromise the integrity of wherever you are. But yeah, we carry that wherever we go.
Yeah, I ain't never usually anywhere I pop up. Just like, yo, such and such from Brooklyn. What up, Brooklyn? Yo, dudes do show love. Dudes do respect Brooklyn how we move, because we everywhere, bro. We've been getting around everywhere because we carry New York fashion on our back. Because Brooklyn dudes we never been afraid to go anywhere.
We're in the South, we're in the Midwest, we East, West, South, top, bottom, out of the country.
Yeah, for sure.
All over the place. We take that with us.
For sure. Yeah, so big respect to Brooklyn and stuff like that. I like that you said that. I'm saying, like, you love about Brooklyn is that we able to transcend and we able to bring the just the flavor. I mean, the Decepticons. When I was growing up, I was the Decepticon, and these Decepticon asked me, shout out to TNT, Tragedy and Trauma, 2 females. They called TNT that were Decepticons back in the 90s. They asked me, they said, you in this for the flavor or the fame? I said, the flavor. I mean, always the flavor, man.
And the people that did the polo, what was their name again?
I was interviewing Low Lifes. I was actually about that because I was interviewing a Low Life Saturday. His name was Half Low Face.
Half Low Face, okay.
Yeah, we just talking to him Saturday, stuff like that. Yeah, so how you feel about the Low Lifes?
Everybody at that time, everybody was trying to find their lane. Everybody was trying to fit in whatever nook and cranny they could, find their niche, and they did that.
You feel like the Low Lifes revolutionized the clothing business?
Absolutely, absolutely, because they don't like in magazines now, right? Some of them, right?
Yeah, I mean they've been doing. I mean.
And then next to some big people in the music industry, so definitely, definitely got an influence.
Do showing them love, but I mean, polo wasn't what it was until
nothing's what it is until we get our hands on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing's what it's supposed to be until melanated people get their hands on it, and they know that. That's why they give us accessibility to it. Because that then in turn
that's what I said.
Blows it up. That in turn blows it up. When melanated people get their hands on it.
I said that because
they want us to have accessibility to it.
What Ralph Lauren was doing, because I used to be one of those dudes to go booster. We used to run up in A&S. Remember A&S?
A&S.
Albee Square Mall.
A&S before it became Macy's. I was going to A&S the weekend when they were taking the A&S sign down, putting the Macy's sign back at 80-something, 85 or 86. I was there.
Remember Albee Square Mall?
Of course. I remember the
you had to be thorough
downstairs. Yeah, I remember.
You had to be thorough to be down there.
To be.
But
I almost got my necklace snatched in there.
Yeah,
and the
Albee Square Mall was
that did the CDs. He said, "No, that's my people. You're gonna have a problem with one of his siblings."
Yeah, Albee Square Mall was like you had to be.
And this was later. This was like a couple of years before they got ready to close. This was Albee Square wasn't what Albee Square was. And somebody was.
Now it's what they call the 5 Points or Brooklyn Point right now.
Yeah, it's
dope. But Albee Square Mall used to be like the torture chamber, bro.
You had to be strong.
You had to be that thorough up in there, dude.
And see, I was a little kid then, so I didn't really have to deal. My siblings had to deal with that,
right?
And they were thorough, thank God. But I didn't really have to deal with it to that capacity. When I was in there, it was.
I don't like a lot of brothers. I got jumped by a lot of brothers.
when I was in there, it was more so 95, 96 and up. So it was a little bit watered down, and then. Being that I was around my older siblings all the time, I remember things they taught me how to move. So I was always conscious of what was going on. Just mind my business and,
Yeah, but true. Low Life revolutionized the clothing game, man. I was about to say, Ralph Lauren, he should let us, he said that he should let us still, I don't think he said it, but in my opinion, I think he let us, because we used to boost all his clothes out there. We used to steal his clothes and wear it. But I think
that's an insurance write-off for them.
I see, exactly. I think I think he was because he never raised any kind of
It's all
issue about that
it's all an
because that was
insurance
like free advertisement.
It's all an insurance write-off for them.
I mean, so the low lights was taking clothes and stuff like that. I was wearing low. Everybody in Brooklyn was wearing low. And now everybody in the world talking about I got the polo tee on, I got the polo socks on, and
Polo dress.
I got the glad. But that was like Biggie said, you know what I'm saying? Head to clothes. I mean, he said Gucci to the socks, but that usually come from polo to the socks. You know what I'm saying? So because that's how we was moving, because everything we wore, it was the tennis bands, the headbands, the shirts, the underwear, the socks. We just Brooklyn always overdoing something. We always overdoing it, man. Well, anyway, cool, man.
We are the fashion gurus.
All right, man.
We are the fashion gurus.
I'm coming to a close, man. It's been a fun interview, man. I just wanted to touch bases with you. You know what I'm saying? You Brooklyn, and I want people to know that, you know what I'm saying? I want us as Brooklynites or people from Brooklyn to get the recognition, man. I mean, we don't get the shout out that we know. Thanks to Biggie for putting us on the map with that live from Bedford-Stuyvesant.
The livest one.
You know what I'm saying? Livest one represented BK to the fullest. I mean, he took it to another level, and we had Buster, Lil Kim, a lot of people from Brooklyn that represented. You know what I'm saying? Fab.
Tracy Morgan.
You know what I'm saying?
Papoose.
I was talking about Tracy Morgan the other day because I'm a personal trainer, and somebody that I train, Tracy Morgan lived right on the block. I mean, he said Tracy Morgan, he's an outstanding dude. He showed mad love. You can he talked to you, he ain't got no problem because he from Brooklyn. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jay right now he could put up in Brooklyn right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, I guess it's the last, actually one more and then another one.
Okay.
Most favorite album of all time, front to back.
Best album of all time?
All time. Hip hop, I don't care what it is.
Best album of all time, Mama Said Knock You Out, LL.
Wow.
Front to back.
That's crazy because
That's his comeback album.
LL, you from Brooklyn, you from Queens, but I'm gonna be real with you. I've been seeing LL lately in the interviews, and people don't be giving him his flowers like they need to be giving him his flowers, man.
Yeah, a lot of
he was 16 years old when he came out with I Need a Beat.
A lot of people, I think, are jealous of his success because it not only albums it transcends in the movies and TV.
But personally, I see what you're saying, but a lot of people need to be reminded because
a lot of people don't care.
No, it's not about me. I don't think not people don't care. I think people need to. I was reminded. I was like, yeah, that's right. LL was like the truth back in the days, dude. People keep talking about LL was like a soft rapper. Nah, man.
No.
He came out when I'm bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, brother.
I'm that type of guy.
I need a radio. I mean, like,
I can't live without my radio.
I can't live without a radio. Yeah, he had some murderous tracks, bro. And he was spitting darts.
His catalog is crazy.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't give him his shine like he need to get it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I respect him because he's taking it. He like, yo, I did that. Like, yo.
Which he did.
Yeah, he like, yo.
Which he did. There's no cap and he really did
Yeah,
that.
but I kinda agree with you because he said something the other day. I mean, I was just watching an interview with him with the Black Thoughts.
Okay.
And the Roots, the Black Thoughts was talking about, they was talking about who needed to be around Rushmore. And he was talking to him a little bit about, the Tribe Called Quest album and stuff like that out of Ada. And at least the Midnight Marauders and stuff like that. And I was like, I gotta give it up to the fathers, man. I mean, I'm saying, it's on Melly Mel and all that, Grandmaster Flash.
But see, somebody said something on there was actually LL about Rushmore.
Yeah,
and I saw it online. I saw something on Facebook rather, and he was like, yo, why he not putting Jay? It was like, yo, why he not putting Jay and Kanye? He was like, why he not putting Jay and Kanye? I said, first of all, which I can understand because the West Coast, West Rushmore, the total different. They don't got as many artists as we have.
Right.
You understand? The South, let's not even involve them because you start. Because the South is the South. Mm-hmm. The Midwest is coming up finally. Mm-hmm. The West is already established. Right. But he's right. Like when you say the Mount Rushmore for us, in my opinion, this is my opinion, is different categories of catalogs.
You said Melly Mel.
Mm-hmm. So when you say Melly Mel, You got to put everybody. You got to put Melly Mel and everybody from Melly Mel era.
we
Melly
said.
Mel, Curtis Blow. But if you're gonna talk about like the second wave, if you talk about the second wave, like they got the Had That Bed-Stuy Fly.
Right.
And I'm always telling them like, yo, y'all need to fix that. They got the Had That Bed-Stuy Fly, and they talking our era, 80s, 90s, 80s,
I just
early
hit them up
90s.
too, Bed-Stuy Fly. Actually,
Huh?
I just hit them up for
Yeah,
advertisement.
you got to. If you're gonna talk about who's at LL's Mount Rushmore, it should be LL, Rakim, Kane, and G-Rap. For LL's time, you shouldn't put LL with Jay because Jay came and started making music at a different time. So when people start talking about, yo, who's your favorite? And they start Rakim and Busta, like everybody was at different times.
I agree with that lineup. I think I like what LL said because you can't be around Rushmore. That's because Mount Rushmore is the fathers of America.
Right.
So for hip hop, the fathers of America is Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash. Those you got to put them on. You can't put Jay-Z up there.
First.
How you gonna put they
right.
in?
It's right, but here's my whole thing. I tell everybody to be going back and forth online. They Busta and then Eminem. I'm going like, yo, wait a minute. I'm like, yo, the bottom line is
they didn't create this.
Do it.
It's the forefathers.
Well, I agree and I disagree. It's the forefathers, but you got West Rushmore, and there was people rapping before Short and before 40 and before Snoop.
Yeah,
right. So with that being said, being that the East is so many, I'm gonna say the Melly Mel and Cash, like you said. But then the second wave, like when LL had it,
When LL had it,
I'm gonna say LL, Kane, G-Rap, and then after that, I'm gonna say the Biggie, J, Nas, Big L, or whatever.
I'm in debate about Big L. I might have to put somebody from the West Coast up there because West Coast will get their props.
West Coast, but that's what I'm saying. But the West Rushmore, they already made their own group.
Oh, they already
right, I'm saying.
East Coast.
Right, that's why I said I'm not trying to. When you start adding everybody, that's what makes it confusing.
But I would say
Big L was a threat.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but
everybody knew that.
All
shit.
due respect, Big L get props because he passed away. I mean, not saying he would have been dangerous.
That boy was fierce.
I'm not saying he ain't dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, but he get the love because he passed. Not saying he wasn't dangerous, but he passed away way before his time, so we really couldn't see what he can do. He didn't
saw his capabilities though.
I'm saying we didn't really never see what Big L could do.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped the big picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
One album.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it was nothing over the respect compared to the Biggie album or Nas album.
Because he wasn't commercial. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I kind of would put it, if we're not going to put nobody in the West Coast on there.
No, because the West Coast.
I mean, I might actually put Raekwon up there, homie.
Well, I'm not going to put Raekwon because Raekwon's part of a group. That's the same way. Like I look at the Best Style Fly.
You went
there.
You know
what I'm saying? Like I look at the Best Style Fly thing, and they got what it got Kane. It got Kane, Ra, KRS.
Well,
I put KRS. I put BDP and PE. I put BDP and PE off on their own.
I kind of disagree. You put the BDP.
I put BDP and PE.
Oh, I was about to say KRS-One. KRS-One, vicious.
But BDP,
another one too you didn't mention is Slick Rick.
But Slick Rick only did one album of storytelling.
But he storytell like a.
Okay, so listen. So what I would me personally, this is me personally. Like I see that and I'm going like, yeah, we're LL, but a lot of people don't like LL. You put BDP and P in their own.
Right, you like they like a group
because they both are group.
Yeah.
You put Ray. I'm not gonna take Ray out of that because Ray is part of a big clique.
You're right,
and the majority of his work was with the big clique. So I'm
he's part of myself. I'm gonna put him in a group.
I'm gonna put when we talking entertainment.
Yeah,
we talking entertainment. I'm just gonna put Doug and Slick Rick together.
Yeah, you're right. They had to get fresh crew.
So who was spitting was LL, Rod,
because they was never part of nobody. Yeah, you gotta Rakim definitely up there. And I'm not being honest with you. After, because the thing about LL that people don't give him his flowers for, that I have to admit, is that he was able to switch up his flow through album after album. That he was the first one to talk about, I need love. Nobody was soaking that. Nobody was doing that.
But the Biggie Jay-Z Nas, it's a different era. The Biggie Jay-Z Nas And
That's a different era.
there's a different. Okay, so you don't want to say Big L. So Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Black Thought, because nobody really effing with him like that.
I can't.
That's a
I
different-
might have to put Big L up there for now because I can't really think of nobody else.
Okay, so
You don't
okay, so
separate
you can say-
everybody.
okay, so you
I
don't.
can't think of nobody else.
So
right
you
now.
can say X or you could say Tupac.
Oh,
Biggie,
Pac.
Jay-Z,
We
Nas,
said they have a
Tupac.
West Rushmore. We said they have a West Rushmore.
Yeah, but Pac is really from the East.
I mean, we got.
Pac is really from
we
New
got.
York.
I'm
Pac is really from New York, and the
I'm
thing
gonna have to
about it,
replace Big L with Pac then.
okay, that's understandable. But the thing
Yeah.
is, if somebody put, and it's so funny because somebody had that like East Coast Rushmore, Pac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas.
That's
Because
it.
the thing about it is, West Rushmore is Snoop, Short, 40, and Cube. So I'm not trying to add.
Oh, E40 from the West Coast?
Yeah, E40 from the Bay Area.
Oh.
He's
Wow.
not my favorite artist, but I'm saying West Coast got West Rushmore. So everybody said, is asking Ella about East Rushmore. So they was like, oh, L, how you ain't gonna say Kanye and Jay? New York gets confusing. That's why I try to group everything in certain pockets.
Nah, I see what you're saying.
Because if
I
not,
never
you're
heard.
gonna
I never heard of
confuse
a
yourself.
West Rushmore.
You
That's
gotta
my
look it
first
up.
time.
If not, you're gonna confuse yourself. Why would I put
You right.
LL and Jay in the same thing? They would start rapping two different times.
You right. Yeah.
Why am I gonna say Millie Mill and then your Buster and that's all? Like,
So you
like,
said the
what the hell
original
y'all-
forefathers would be.
Melly Mel and everybody you said, and then
Then
I'm not gonna put Run DMC. I'm
Right.
gonna put Run DMC,
They're a
Houdini, Run DMC,
Right.
Houdini, BC, all that.
group. You
That's
talking about
group.
individual?
I'm not gonna put
Yeah.
KRS
Mhm.
with Ra. KRS is BDP, and Chuck D is PE.
Mhm.
Those and Brand Nubian. Those were the groups,
Ooh, Brand Nubian. That's my boys.
right? Those were the groups. So why?
I would say Brand Nubian and Wu Tang is probably neck to neck, man. Because Brand Nubian, they came out with that heat, boy.
Well, I'm gonna say me personally. I say Wu Tang and DITC
Digging in the crates.
because they always spitters, but they never was commercial.
I think Brand Nubian for me almost is
No.
neck to neck. Well, what's your favorite rap group? Now we talking about rap groups.
Favorite rap group? Run DMC.
Got you. I don't know. I mean, I keep forgetting about Brand New, but Brand New, they came out with that conscious. They killed it with that One for All, man.
Yeah.
Killed it. Word. And they wasn't even talking about the thing about them. They wasn't even talking about no gun clapping or shooting.
Right.
Or nothing. It was just all black consciousness. Beautiful album.
Exactly.
Man.
But
All right, so
again, we're gonna keep BDP,
all right,
PE, Brand Nubian, and albums. We're gonna put Wu.
that Criminal
the
Minded album.
Unbelievable.
Yo.
Unbelievable.
I mean, yeah, KRS-One still he came out with that.
He was on the album cover
Love's
by
Gonna-
himself,
Love's
but
Gonna
he
Get
was
You?
he was on the album. He was on the album covers by himself, but it was a group effort.
Step Into My World.
It was a group. Yeah. He was the only one on the album
Every
cover.
summer he was coming out with a hit, boy. KRS-One. People, that's another thing. People be forgetting about KRS-One, man. That oh my God, man. He was smacking it, boy.
That's right.
Smacking it. I ain't gonna front, man. That bridge is over.
That's how.
That's
how-
like the first real rap battle.
That's a real rap battle, but that's how me personally. That's how I put the East Rushmore. Like you said, the Melly Melizos, different era, LL and them. Boom. If you're gonna say J and L on the same thing, you're gonna confuse them. Like they
Nah,
was
you're right,
rapping
you're right.
different times.
You're right about that. I'm not,
So everybody be doing that online. I'm like, yo, what the F are y'all doing? Like, why are you doing
You can't
that?
put them together. LL's in the class by herself, but LL, he's talking about how he coined the term the GOAT. Nobody be giving him a shine for that. But yeah,
Because they have a personal vendetta against
I
him.
ain't got nothing against. I got everything against a winners, man. You winning. This is what it is. But definitely, I agree with you. But
You put Buster down there with Buster's never been one of my favorite artists, but you gonna say Buster, you got Buster mystical and
Buster is in the class by herself
yeah, it's like
because Buster never really. He's like a Missy Elliott to me. He just went his creativity. His video games. Nobody ever did the videos like he did. Period.
if you gonna
His
say
creativity is out of this
you
world.
gonna say Big Pun. I mean, we don't know what Big Pun would have came because Big Pun died. You gonna say Big Pun? You gonna say AZ? They both Latin,
Is he Latin?
Dominican,
I didn't know that. I didn't know. All right. Okay.
but we never knew what Big Pun would have came because Big Pun died
The Big
early.
Pun flow was crazy too. Big flow. His flow was bananas. But all right, cool. So we laid it out how it's gonna be. I mean, so L definitely on that. He on that cat in that category on the Mount Rushmore.
East Rushmore is different.
Different ones.
When people
Different
start that
times.
argument with you is different. Yo,
Different times.
we're gonna do. Listen, you're gonna come off easier instead of trying to compel. Oh, is Melly Mel better than Jay? Everybody is in a different.
No, I give it to
It's
L
about 4
because
or 5. It's about 4 or 5 different.
homie was he did everything he did, and he carried Def Jam on his back.
He
At
was the
16.
first artist. He was the first
Yeah.
solo artist.
Yeah, I mean, I just heard him say all this stuff because I wasn't really
Following him like that.
Yeah, I mean, now he's speaking out about it because nobody talking about it. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna talk about
Because
right.
they envy that.
It's only right. You know what I'm saying?
They envy that.
You smashing everybody's chick. That's why.
That too.